Chapter 312. Genius 1 second. Remember love divided by go divided by little? We provide you with interesting novels to read. Su Wang had never met Night Sorrow before, but he hated Night Sorrow. Su Mu had been defeated by Night Sorrow, and Su Chenbai had died because of Night Sorrow. In addition, Night Sorrow had obtained a great opportunity in the void fiendish space, but he had returned empty-handed. This made him very resentful. Peak of the third stage of the spirit severing stage. Yang Lei, who was standing beside Night Sorrow, said, "This is an outstanding disciple of the Golden Flame sect." When he was at the third stage, he was the overlord of the third stage of the Golden Flame sect, the Great Elder said. The Great Elder said. The Great Elder knew that the Golden Flame sect had spies in the Medicine Valley. Don't go, Night Sorrow. His cultivation level is higher than yours. This battle is not fair, O Shueijia said. I want to go. Since he wants to fight with me, I'll give it a try. Night Sorrow held the reincarnation spear and walked toward the stone mountain. 9H only. Version ET, Other E, all versions. Night Sorrow was not afraid of a peak third stage of the spirit severing stage. Night Sorrow did not know that Su Wang had also entered the void fiendish space. He felt that Su Wang was hostile to him, so he wanted to kill him. Night Sorrow did not know about Su Wang, but Su Wang knew about Night Sorrow. He knew that Night Sorrow had entered the void fiendish space before and that his cultivation level was at the third stage. Therefore, he was not afraid. Love Go Little Say Su Wang's cultivation level was at the peak of the third stage of the spirit severing stage. He did not cultivate much faster than Night Sorrow. After coming out of the void fiendish space, he entered the Golden Flame Hall of the Golden Flame sect. It was a place that could quickly increase one's cultivation level. It had the same effect as Danding Cliff. After cultivating to the third level of the spirit severing stage, Su Wang used the profound meditation pill to raise his cultivation to the peak of the third level of the spirit severing stage. Therefore, he did not believe that Night Sorrow was stronger than him. If he knew that Lei Jing also lost to Night Sorrow, he would not think so. With the reincarnation spear in hand, Night Sorrow arrived at the stone mountain. You actually dared to come. Hand over your gains from the alternate dimension and I'll spare your life, Su Wang said, brandishing the sword in his hand. Shameless boasting. Who do you think you are? Night Sorrow sneered when he heard Su Wang's words. He didn't expect Su Wang to be so arrogant. So you want to die? Su Wang's eyes were like those of a ferocious beast. Don't talk so much nonsense. You think too highly of yourself. Night Sorrow pointed his reincarnation spear at the ground and said. Hearing Night Sorrow's words, Illusionary Wang was enraged. He leaped into the air and slashed his sword at Night Sorrow. Ai go shao shua 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 w, ai chu x. Night Sorrow didn't spoil him. He brandished his reincarnation spear and stabbed at Su Wang's sword. Night Sorrow's reincarnation spear was filled with white mysterious jade spiritual energy because Su Wang's sword had golden energy. He didn't want to be at a disadvantage. Since even Huanan was afraid of golden sword light, it definitely wasn't simple. Ding! The tip of the spear and the tip of the sword collided. Su Wang retreated because Night Sorrow's vibration sutra had exploded. It wasn't something he could easily block. Night Sorrow's reincarnation spear was also dyed with gold. However, as Night Sorrow circulated his true chi, the gold on the reincarnation spear receded. The golden light sword's energy was domineering, but it was far inferior to Night Sorrow's void attribute true chi that was covered by the mysterious jade spiritual energy. After pushing Su Wang back, Night Sorrow stomped his feet and charged forward. His reincarnation spear stabbed at Su Wang again. The following battle left the Golden Flame sect dumbfounded. Su Wang, who had used the golden light sword, was suppressed by Night Sorrow's attacks. He had to retreat a few steps after receiving Night Sorrow's spear. His arms were covered with snow-white frost. His fire attribute was completely suppressed by Night Sorrow. Su Wang couldn't display his speed either because his true chi was almost frozen by Night Sorrow's mysterious jade spiritual energy. Su Wang, retreat! Qi Tiancheng shouted. He could see that Su Wang wasn't Night Sorrow's opponent. The gap between the two was too big. Su Wang also knew that he wasn't Night Sorrow's opponent. He moved his feet and wanted to retreat in the direction of the Golden Flame sect. Night Sorrow's body flashed and directly appeared in Su Wang's path. He attacked Su Wang and didn't give him a chance to retreat. If you spare my life, I will kill you today. Night Sorrow was filled with anger. He was so angry that he boasted shamelessly to Su Wang. After receiving 3 consecutive attacks from Night Sorrow, the long sword in Su Wang's hand was blasted away. Stop! Qi Tiancheng's body flashed as he rushed toward the stone mountain. He didn't dare to let anything happen to Su Wang. Su Wang was Su Huantian's grandson. If he died here, he would have committed a great sin. Get lost! The Great Elder roared and rushed toward the stone mountain. Following the Great Elder's action, Gong Xian, O Shuijia, and Xian Wu also moved. They all flew above the stone mountain and blocked Qi Tiancheng and the Golden Flame sect's elders. What? You guys can't win a poison battle, you guys can't win a group battle. Now you guys want to interfere in a one-on-one battle? The Great Elder coldly looked at Qi Tiancheng and the Golden Flame sect's elders. The Scarlet Cloud sect's people didn't move. Night Sorrow caught up with Su Wang. He waved his spear and pierced through Su Wang's neck. Then, he lifted Su Wang and threw him to the ground. Stepping on Su Wang's chest, Night Sorrow placed his reincarnation spear on Su Wang's neck. Let him go. Let's retreat. Qi Tiancheng and the others had already landed on the ground. They started to confront the people from the Medicine Valley. My master said that if you want to kill my people, you have to kill them back. Do you think you can fight and stop whenever you want? Night Sorrow coldly said. Medicine Valley's disciples, prepare your poison needles. Gong Xian shouted at the disciples of the Medicine Valley who were ready for battle. Spare my life? What a joke. If you want to kill my people, I will definitely kill them back. Night Sorrow swung his reincarnation spear and chopped off Su Wang's head. You must die. I swear I will kill you. Qi Tiancheng pointed at Night Sorrow with a trembling finger. I don't have the chance today. If I have the chance, I will definitely kill you. Night Sorrow bent down and picked up Su Wang's storage ring. Qi Tiancheng was so angry that his beard trembled. However, he didn't give the order to fight. He had heard Gong Xian's words. The people of the Medicine Valley were preparing their poison needles. If they fought, it would be a decisive battle. The people of the Scarlet Cloud sect didn't come with them. Without the help of the Scarlet Cloud needles, how could the people of the Golden Flame sect resist the bone-corroding poison needles of the Medicine Valley? Qi Tiancheng had no choice but to retreat with the people of the Golden Flame sect. Time and time again. Time and time again. In the end, you are defeated. Is this the style of the Golden Flame sect? Night Sorrow looked at Qi Tiancheng's back and said with disdain. Junior, you are courting death. Qi Tiancheng turned around and roared. Night Sorrow had embarrassed him several times. Now that he heard Night Sorrow's words, he was instantly enraged. Your Golden Flame sect has always wanted me dead, but I am still alive and well. I just feel that your Golden Flame sect is too shameless and always wants to suppress others. Don't think too highly of yourself. At the very least, our Medicine Valley doesn't care about this. As long as you dare to come to the Medicine Valley, our Medicine Valley will fight back, Night Sorrow said. Ignorant Junior, how dare you boast so shamelessly? Can you be the master of the Medicine Valley? Qi Tiancheng was so angry that he laughed. Chapter 313. A genius remembers love in 1 second? We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Night Sorrow, this is not only your idea, but also the intention of the Medicine Valley. This is the spirit of the Medicine Valley. If anyone dares to provoke the Medicine Valley, then the Medicine Valley will fight to the end, the first elder said while looking at Night Sorrow. He did not blame Night Sorrow for his recklessness. Instead, he was very pleased. Qi Tiancheng snorted and began to retreat with his men. The situation was out of his control. If they fought, the Golden Flames sect would not be able to withstand the bone-rotting poison needles of the Medicine Valley. Besides, he could see that the Red Cloud sect had the intention to retreat. On the Red Cloud sect side, Qi Qianli knew that the Medicine Valley could not easily defeat the poison needles. The result of a bloody battle would be a loss for both sides, which was not a result he could bear. The Red Cloud sect will remember this. Qi Qianli threw out a threat to the Medicine Valley. Who are you threatening? We, the Medicine Valley, will wait here. Come if you dare. The hot-tempered Shi Tianlin roared at Qi Qianli. Qi Qianli ignored Shi Tianlin and retreated with his men. He did not want to continue the battle. So what if he won? The Golden Flame sect's morale had been destroyed. How could they continue the battle? The Red Cloud sect was too far away. It was difficult for them to come here. They came this time to borrow the strength of the Golden Flame sect to attack the Medicine Valley. Now that the Golden Flame sect had retreated, there was no way to continue the battle. Qi Tiancheng, give up the area around Nanyang City. Otherwise, we won't be able to collect the corpses, the first elder shouted at Qi Tiancheng. Qi Tiancheng, who was retreating with his men, trembled. He understood the first elder's meaning. The bone-rotting poison needles were not able to collect the corpses. The people of the Golden Flame sect and the Red Cloud sect had retreated. Once again, the Medicine Valley won the battle. Elder O, I'm very sorry to have caused you to lose an elite disciple. The great elder clasped his hands towards O Shueijia. O Xian's death in battle made everyone feel uncomfortable. It's nothing. This is the fate of cultivators. Night Sorrow killed the genius of the Golden Flame sect. You can consider it as revenge for him, O Shueijia said. Although he said this, he still felt very uncomfortable in his heart. A disciple at the peak of the spirit-severing stage, no matter what force he was in, needed to be valued. Once he entered the 5th stage, he would be the backbone. How about this? Let's continue to push forward and take back all of Nanyang City's Tai clan's territory. We can't fight for nothing. The Golden Flame sect had failed to provoke them, so they had to pay the price. They couldn't just fight whenever they wanted to and leave whenever they didn't want to. They had to leave something behind. Love go little say ku after that, Night Sorrow didn't plan to continue fighting. He planned to go to Danding Cliff to improve his cultivation. After the accumulation of actual combat, Night Sorrow's cultivation was extremely stable. After bidding farewell to the Great Elder, Qian Wu, O Shueijia, Gong Xian, and the others, Night Sorrow, Sikong Chiyu, and Yang Lei left. Yang Lei also left the matters of Nanyang City to the Great Elder to arrange. Riding on the flying beast, Night Sorrow and the others returned to the Dragon Spring courtyard. Night Sorrow, why don't you rest for a while before going to Danding Cliff? Yang Lei looked at Night Sorrow and said. Okay, I'll rest for 2 days. Night Sorrow nodded. At night, Night Sorrow went to break through to the bone-forging realm of the Myriad Dao Treasured Tome. During this period of time, Night Sorrow's cultivation didn't fall behind. The Myriad Dao Treasured Tome had already reached the peak of level 7 of the bone-forging realm. He needed to strengthen the bone marrow of his shoulder and collarbone. The advancement of the Myriad Dao Treasured Tome was a painful process. Fortunately, Night Sorrow was already used to it. After half a night, Night Sorrow completed the breakthrough and successfully entered level 8 of the bone-forging realm of the Myriad Dao Treasured Tome. He began to strengthen his neck and collarbone. Baidu search AI Go female sign Xiao say www.aichuxs. After stabilizing his cultivation for half a night, Night Sorrow woke up early to practice his spear arts and movement skills. After having breakfast with Sikong Chuyu and the others, Night Sorrow rode his Tianyu to Danding Cliff. 13, you're here. I heard about your achievements at Nanyang Lake. You are the pride of the Medicine Valley, Elder Su said to Night Sorrow. This is what the disciples of the Medicine Valley should do. Thank you for your hard work, Elder. Night Sorrow took out a jar of wine and 2 wine bowls and poured wine for himself and Elder Su. Okay. Elder Su took the wine bowl and drank it in one gulp. After drinking a jar of wine with Elder Su, Night Sorrow left Tianyu in Elder Su's care and began to cultivate on the cliff. He felt that the Medicine Valley would be stable for a period of time. He could cultivate in peace. In the past, the Medicine Valley had to participate in the resource war between the Golden Flame sect's regional forces. Now that the war was over, how could the Medicine Valley give the Golden Flame sect resources? In the main hall of the Golden Flame sect, Su Huantian's face was cold. Qi Tiancheng, is this the result of your manpower support? The disciples of the Medicine Valley are too difficult to deal with. Even the Scarlet Cloud sect can't suppress them. Otherwise, the Scarlet Cloud sect wouldn't have ended up like this, Qi Tiancheng said with a bow. Venerable One, you can't blame Elder Qi for this. The Medicine Valley produced a powerful poison needle and the Scarlet Cloud sect couldn't control it. The Medicine Valley and the O family are mad dogs. They really want to fight to the death with us, Zhang Yu said. I suggested using the decapitation plan to send out Stage 5 cultivators to kill the outstanding Stage 4 disciples of the Medicine Valley. However, the Scarlet Cloud sect didn't agree, Qi Tiancheng said. The Scarlet Cloud sect's order to kill Night Sorrow has been cancelled. It's obvious that they were warned by someone. We can't send out Stage 5 cultivators to deal with him. Zhang Yu, go gather some Stage 4 disciples and hide in the Medicine Valley. If there's a chance, kill Night Sorrow at all costs. Su Huantian wasn't stupid. He had lived for a long time and knew many things. This disciple understands. Zhang Yu bowed. Tell the disciples not to touch the Medicine Valley for the time being. If we don't kill their venerable, we won't be able to win. When Venerable Zhan comes out of seclusion, we will solve the problem of the Medicine Valley. Don't make unnecessary sacrifices. Su Huantian took a deep breath and said. He felt very humiliated to make such a decision. A superpower that had existed for countless years actually couldn't suppress a subordinate power. What kind of humiliation was this? Venerable One, are we just going to let them have the Nanyang City District? Tian Yi asked. Make way. Su Huantian spat out. B** update I, Shin Sui N fast up $P, then the resource war between the subordinate powers is meaningless. Tian Yi also felt aggrieved. Cancel the resource battle. Also, dig out from the mouths of the Empyrean Terminus Tower staff members at all costs. Find out what Night Sorrow's position is in the Empyrean Terminus Tower. Su Huantian said. He knew that in the Eastern Profound Domain, only the Tianjin Tower could make the Scarlet Cloud sect cancel the order to kill. Other superpowers couldn't make the Scarlet Cloud sect bow their heads. Venerable One, the Scarlet Cloud sect is being attacked by the Southern Dipper sect and the Walkabout sect. Should we fight? Tian Yi asked again. Fight. This time, you will personally lead the team. You must control the situation and make the Scarlet Cloud sect feel that the Golden Flame sect is a good ally. Also, don't lose too many disciples. Only with strength can we stand firm. The Eastern Profound Domain is going to be chaotic. Su Huantian said. While Night Sorrow was cultivating, Yin Shui once again came to Danding City. Chapter 314. Genius 1 second remember love go/little. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Enforcer Dong went to the Longquan courtyard to inform Night Sorrow and saw Sikong Chuyu in the courtyard. Enforcer Dong was surprised to see Sikong Chuyu and hurriedly bowed to greet her. Miss, you are here? I've always been here. Have a seat. Don't be nervous. My safety is not a problem. Sikong Chuyu had already detected Enforcer Dong's arrival, but she didn't hide. The current situation could be said to be under Sikong Chuyu's control. She had already reached the 5th rank, so she could go anywhere in the world. If the Seacombe clan and Gu clan came to find her, she could go to the ends of the world with Night Sorrow. With Night Sorrow's position in Tianji Tower, the Gu clan and Seacombe clan couldn't touch the Medicine Valley. It's good that Mrs. Safety is not a problem. Where is Night Sorrow? Someone is looking for him. Enforcer Dong asked. He went back to the Medicine Valley. I'll inform him later. Seacombe Chuyu said. It's indeed urgent. It's the order of the higher-ups. Enforcer Dong said. If it was someone else, Enforcer Dong wouldn't reveal it, because Seacombe Chuyu was a miss he recognized. In addition, Seacombe Chuyu was also a member of Tianji Tower. Seacombe Chuyu nodded and looked at Yang Lei, who was walking over. She told Enforcer Dong that she wanted to see Night Sorrow in Tianji Tower. Okay. Chuyu, you receive Enforcer Dong. I'll inform Night Sorrow. Yang Lei rode the Blue Eagle and left. Is there any news from the clan? Seacombe Chuyu looked at Enforcer Dong and asked. No. Since they searched around and determined that Miss was not in the eastern Xian domain, there was no news. Is Miss used to living here? I'll buy another courtyard. Enforcer Dong said. He had a good impression of Night Sorrow and knew that Night Sorrow and Seacombe Chuyu were very close, but he couldn't watch his Miss live under someone else's roof. Your Miss and my junior brother are family. This is her home. Aoi walked over and said. Miss, is this true? Enforcer Dong was stunned. Yes, Yi Shang is much stronger than those hedonistic young masters of the Qingtian domain, so I decided to be with him. Seacombe Chuyu was a bit embarrassed. Sure. Then this subordinate congratulates young Miss, and also congratulates young master. Enforcer Dong bowed to Seacombe Chuyu. It's good that you know. Don't come here to look for me in the future. It's better to avoid trouble if you can. Love go little say Qyu, Seacombe Chuyu said to Enforcer Dong. Okay. If Miss has any instructions, please send someone to inform me. I'll take my leave. Enforcer Dong bowed. Seacombe Chuyu nodded and didn't say anything. Enforcer Dong cupped his hands to Aoi and left. He was shocked by today's events, but he also knew that Seacombe Chuyu was safe here. The Seacombe clan and Gu clan wouldn't come here again. Night Sorrow stabilized his cultivation in the 8th level of the bone-forging realm of the Myriad Tao scripture. He also raised his true Qi cultivation to the peak of the 2nd level of the spirit-severing stage. He broke through without any hesitation. When Yang Lei arrived, Night Sorrow had completed his breakthrough and entered the 3rd level of the spirit-severing stage. He didn't have a tranquil mystic pill, and he didn't know if the Merit Hall of the Medicine Valley had it. Level 4 pills were very scarce in the Medicine Valley. Riding the Green Condor, Yang Lei interrupted Night Sorrow's cultivation and told Night Sorrow that Enforcer Dong was looking for him. Night Sorrow couldn't delay such a matter. He rode Yang Lei's Green Condor to the foot of Pill Tripod Cliff. He greeted Elder Su and called for Tianyu to rest before leaving. Ninth Senior Sister, I'll go see if the Merit Hall has a tranquil mystic pill and a tranquil mystic pill, Night Sorrow said to Yang Lei after leaving Pill Tripod Cliff. Yang Lei nodded. Let's go and take a look, but the hope is not very high. These 2 resources have to be reserved in advance before you can receive them. Just as Yang Lei estimated, the Merit Hall didn't have these 2 kinds of pills in stock at the moment. The resources would only be available in a month at the earliest. This made Night Sorrow feel very helpless. The possibility of him quickly reaching the peak of the 3rd level of the spirit-severing stage was gone. Don't worry. This is the truth. High-level pills are scarce. Your 11th senior brother just received a tranquil mystic pill some time ago. Your cultivation will soon catch up with him. Be content. Yang Lei said. Mo Chen was now at the peak of the 3rd level of the spirit-severing stage. This was because he had accumulated a lot in the early stage. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so fast. Night Sorrow's cultivation was fast mainly because he could keep up with the resources. In the cultivation world, the disciples of big families and big forces had a bright future and cultivated fast because they had the support of abundant resources. Night Sorrow nodded. It was best to have the tranquil mystic pill. Even if he didn't have it, he could still cultivate. He still had some ingredients. If he couldn't make it, he could make it himself. After leaving Danding Peak, Yang Lei kept the Green Eagle. She flashed to Tianyu's back and sat in Night Sorrow's embrace. Head, F***CK. Since their relationship had been made clear, Yang Lei didn't try to avoid suspicion. If she liked him, she liked him. This was Yang Lei's personality. Hugging Yang Lei's delicate body and feeling the aura on Yang Lei's body, Night Sorrow had a reaction. Be honest. If you don't have something between you and Chuyu, don't expect to get what you want from me. Yang Lei said with a red face. We're already together. Night Sorrow turned his head to the side because it was quite embarrassing. Ah. You two are together? How come I didn't know? Wait until I get back and ask Chuyu. Hearing Night Sorrow's words, Yang Lei became spirited. This was no small matter to her. Don't ask. It's so embarrassing. Night Sorrow hurriedly said. He wanted to dispel Yang Lei's thoughts. Otherwise, it would be embarrassing if the Seikong Chuyu knew that he told Yang Lei about this. All right. Chuyu has indeed changed. She's more feminine and less immature. 13, you're very capable. Wait until I get back and confirm it. Before that, you better be honest. Yang Lei once again leaned into Night Sorrow's embrace. Tianyu's speed was so fast that he had far surpassed the Green Eagle. After 3 hours, Night Sorrow and Tianyu had arrived at Danding City Lord's mansion. After entering the mansion and drinking a cup of tea, Night Sorrow walked towards the Tianji Tower opposite the mansion. Night Sorrow couldn't guess why Tianji Tower was looking for him. After all, he didn't know much about Tianji Tower. Under the guidance of Enforcer Dong, Night Sorrow arrived at a private room on the top floor of Tianji Tower. He saw Yin Shui meditating with her eyes closed. Chief Enforcer. After entering the room, Night Sorrow bowed to Yin Shui. 3rd level of Spirit Severing Stage. Your cultivation has increased very quickly. The most important thing is that your Jin Qi is very condensed and solid. Yin Shui poured herself a cup of tea and pushed the teapot in front of Night Sorrow. Chief Enforcer, you're too kind. Chief Enforcer must have a reason to look for Night Sorrow. If there's anything you need Night Sorrow to do, please let me know. Night Sorrow cupped his hands and said. Chapter 315. Genius 1 second remember love go divided by Shao. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Night Sorrow nodded and sat opposite Yin Shui. Baidu search AI go female sign Shao say www.aichuxs.com. I was born in the North Sea region. When I was young, I joined Tianji Tower because of my outstanding performance. In order to broaden my horizons, I wandered outside all year round. Because I wasn't in my hometown, the sect I belonged to was destroyed by demonic beasts. After I took my revenge, I didn't want to stay in that sad place, so I left the North Sea region. After many years of wandering, I met many outstanding young people, but you are my favorite, Yin Shui said emotionally as she looked at Night Sorrow. Thank you for thinking so highly of me, Chief Guardian. Night Sorrow could understand Yin Shui's state of mind. When she was talking about her hometown, Yin Shui's body was full of sadness. These are the cultivation resources for your rank 4 cultivation, 3 tranquility pills and 5 bottles of tranquility pills. You have to reach rank 5 as soon as possible. Yin Shui handed a few bottles of pills to Night Sorrow. Thank you, Chief Guardian. Night Sorrow put away the bottles of pills. The Celestial Terminus Tower provides 3 tranquil profound pills, but try to eat as little as possible. 2 pills should be enough. You need to increase your cultivation quickly, but you can't let your foundation be unstable. Yin Shui reminded Yi Chang. In the past, I used to eat 2 pills to increase my cultivation by 1 rank for every rank. I wouldn't be rash, Night Sorrow said. Then I'm relieved. There are no outsiders here. I'll tell you something else. Tianji Tower has a celestial assessment above the Black Abyss. If the people involved don't know about it, they won't tell them. Today, I'll tell you about it, Yin Shui said as she looked at Night Sorrow. Is this appropriate? Chief Guardian, please don't make things difficult for me. Night Sorrow was startled because he knew that this was Tianji Tower's secret. The participants of the Heaven's Fate examination aren't notified, but the various major powers in the other regions are still aware of the existence of the Heaven's Fate examination. This is one of the drawbacks of your small background. However, after entering the 4-star level, you have the right to know. Yin Shui smiled and said. He really liked Night Sorrow's considerate attitude. I have 4 stars? Night Sorrow asked. You've passed the 3-star test, and the Eastern Xian region's Tianji Tower has also applied for a 4-star test for you, so it shouldn't be a problem. Supervisor Lan Yushuan came because of your matter, and she has a very high evaluation of you. In addition, the Pavilion Master has also made some arrangements for you. After passing the 4-star test, your position in the Tianjin Tower will only be higher than this seat's, and not lower than this seat's. You're not yet 18 this year, so as long as you enter the 5th step before the age of 25, you'll definitely pass the Tianji test. 7 years, this seat feels that for you, this time is too long, Yin Shui said with a smile. Then I have to thank Chief Protector for your support. Night Sorrow stood up and cupped his hands towards Yin Shui. Sit down, let's sit down and talk. 7 years, no one in the upper echelon of the Eastern Xian region thinks that you'll need that long. Elder Ho thinks that 4 years is enough for you, and the Pavilion Master thinks that you won't need 3 years. This seat feels that 3 years is more than enough, Yin Shui said. I'll work hard. Chief Protector, do you want a drink? Night Sorrow asked. He was somewhat happy and wanted to drink to celebrate. Come on. Do you still need to ask? Yin Shui said with a smile. Night Sorrow took out 2 jars of green leopard bone wine and pushed one in front of Yin Shui. Chief Protector, come on. Drink as much as you can today. I have some here. Boy, this seat likes your boldness. Come on. Yin Shui opened the wine jar and directly drank 2 big mouthfuls. Night Sorrow took out some barbecued meat and drank 2 mouthfuls. This wine tastes so good, but it's too strong. It's really a waste that the winemaker doesn't open a pub, Yin Shui said. This wine was made by my 6th senior sister. I've been drinking it recently, Night Sorrow said with a smile. Good. Come on, let's continue. Yin Shui was in high spirits. She liked wine, but she liked Night Sorrow even more. Night Sorrow and Yin Shui drank 2 jars each before they finished. The conflict between the Golden Flame sect and the Medicine Valley is nothing. Tianjin Tower doesn't care about it. If the Venerable of the Golden Flame sect takes action, Tianjin Tower will help. You can rest assured about this. You're a member of Tianjin Tower. Tianjin Tower will give you a stable backing. Go back. Yin Shui leaned on the chair and waved at Night Sorrow. Yi Shang bowed to Yin Shui and left. He was very touched by Heaven's Extreme Tower's care for him. Walking out of Tianjin Tower leisurely, Night Sorrow stood at the entrance of Tianjin Tower. He could still remember the scene when he was ambushed by the Golden Flame sect's Level 3 Spirit Division disciples. That scene was still vivid in his mind. However, Night Sorrow could no longer assassinate a Level 3 Spirit Division disciple. This was the improvement of his strength. The green leopard bone wine was very strong. After drinking 2 jars of Night Sorrow, he felt a little dizzy. Night Sorrow slowly returned to the City Lord Mansion. He saw Yang Lei waiting for him. What's wrong with you? Who did you drink with? Why did you drink so much? Yang Lei frowned and helped Night Sorrow to a seat. I drank with the people of Tianjin Tower. I did drink a little too much, but I'm very happy, Night Sorrow said with a smile. You. I really don't know what to say to you. In the future, if you want to drink, you can drink at Longquan Courtyard. It's not safe outside, Yang Lei said with some complaints. She was afraid that Night Sorrow would be ambushed. Most equals at in section CO of new chapter. Night Sorrow nodded to Yang Lei. He did drink a little too much, but it was not serious. Yang Lei supported Night Sorrow and sat on her Qing Condor back to Longquan Courtyard. What's wrong? Sikong Chuyu asked when he saw Night Sorrow's red face. He drank with the people of Tianjin Tower. I don't know who it was, but he could drink so much that 13 became dizzy. Yang Lei knew Night Sorrow's alcohol tolerance. After resting for a night, Night Sorrow woke up and went to the hall. He found Sikong Chuyu and Yang Lei there. How was it? Yang Lei poured a glass of water for Night Sorrow and asked. It's okay. I drank a little too fast yesterday. That senior is also impatient. He held a wine jar and drank with me. Night Sorrow said as he rubbed his forehead. You can't do that in the future. Sikong Chuyu said as he brought a towel over. Night Sorrow took the towel and smiled apologetically. I was really happy yesterday. That senior is also a forthright person, so I drank a little too much. What's so happy about? Tell me. Yang Lei sat beside Night Sorrow and asked with a smile. He gave me the cultivation resources for the 4th rank and also told me about the heavenly rank examination. He estimated that I can pass the 4-star examination. He said that if I reach the 5th rank in 7 years, I can pass the heavenly rank examination. Therefore, he didn't hide these things from me. Night Sorrow said while wiping his face. Pass the 4-star examination? That's amazing. In other words, you will be at least an elder in Tianji Tower in the future. Aren't they looking down on you by reaching the void inquiry stage in 7 years? Sikong Chuyu said with a smile. Indeed. They are looking down on our 13. Yang Lei hugged Night Sorrow's shoulder and said. Chapter 316. A Genius Remembers Love in 1 Second? This is a wonderful novel for you to read. Also, he told me to be at ease. He said that the conflict between the Golden Flame sect and Medicine Valley is not a big deal. If the Golden Flame sect sends out a venerable, then Tianjin Tower will deal with it, Night Sorrow said. This was the reason why Night Sorrow was so happy. That's really good news. Yang Lei slapped the armrest of the chair heavily. 9th senior sister, it's enough for us to keep these things to ourselves. There's no need to tell anyone else. If the Extreme Heaven Tower finds out, they'll have a bad impression of Yishang. Sikong Chuyu said to Yang Lei. Yes, I know. I won't cause trouble for your family. Or rather, it should be our family's man. Yang Lei said with a smile. The 3 of them chatted until they reached the martial arts field in the courtyard and watched Aoi instruct the 3rd-generation disciples. Your 13th uncle is a newcomer, and so are you. Why is there such a big gap between you two? Aoi's rattan landed on Shenrong's butt. Shenrong felt aggrieved. Who could compare to Night Sorrow? 6th senior sister, come and have a cup of tea. Yang Lei waved to Aoi. Knowing about Night Sorrow's situation, Yang Lei was also in a good mood. Aoi glared at Shenrong and Jiang Ziming, then walked over to Night Sorrow's side. 6th senior sister, help me take a look at this pill. Night Sorrow took out the pill that Yin Shui gave him and opened it. Aoi took the pill bottle and poured out the pill. She took a look and sniffed it. Supreme Grade Tranquility Pill. Needless to say, it's another product of Tianjin Tower. Yes. 6th senior sister, what's your cultivation level? Do you need a tranquility pill? I have an extra one here, Night Sorrow said to Aoi. She can't use it anymore. Your 6th senior sister is in trouble. In the past, if you weren't a Heaven's Fate or King's disciple, you wouldn't have the tranquil profound pill to use. Now that you're qualified to receive the tranquil profound pill, you can use it. However, your cultivation base has reached the middle stage of the 7th level of the spirit severing stage. Aoi shook her head and said. Then I'll give it to 11th senior brother, Night Sorrow said and put the pill away. You can use the tranquil pill to raise your cultivation to the peak of level 3 spirit severing stage. Aoi looked at Night Sorrow and said. I won't be going to Danding Cliff. I'll just cultivate here. After pondering for a moment, Night Sorrow made his decision. After dinner, Night Sorrow, Yang Lei, and Sikong Chuyu went for a walk in the garden. The night breeze in Longquan courtyard was especially refreshing. After strolling for a while, Sikong Chuyu said, 9th senior sister, Night Sorrow, I'm going to rest. You guys should rest early too. Chuyu, let's rest together. Yang Lei said with a smile. Love Go Xiao say W. Chu no, you two can rest tonight. Sikong Chuyu smiled and left. Chuyu has also become bad. Yang Lei looked at Sikong Chuyu's back and said. Although she said this, she was grateful. She knew that Sikong Chuyu had given her a chance. Night Sorrow sent Yang Lei to the front of the attic. Yang Lei turned around and said, Night Sorrow, you should go and accompany Chuyu. She's generous and I'm generous. This way, we can be harmonious in the future. Night Sorrow smiled and hugged Yang Lei before leaving. After leaving Yang Lei's attic, Night Sorrow did not go to Sikong Chuyu's residence. Instead, he returned to the main building to eat the tranquil profound pill and began to cultivate. Since there was nothing to do, Night Sorrow planned to raise his cultivation to the peak of the 3rd level of the spirit severing stage and then cultivate in the Longquan courtyard to consolidate his cultivation. After dawn, Yang Lei went to the main building first and brewed a pot of tea while waiting for Sikong Chuyu and Night Sorrow. However, in the end, Sikong Chuyu came alone. Baidu search AI Go female sign Xiao say www.aichuxs. Com 9th senior sister, where's Night Sorrow? Sikong Chuyu asked after sitting down. QNU V8 Chapter O Section GC on F4/ He's not with you? This bastard, he failed to live up to the beauty's grace. Last night, I told him to go find you, but this guy actually came back to cultivate. After a little investigation, Yang Lei found that Night Sorrow was cultivating on the 2nd floor. Night Sorrow cultivated for 3 days and finished absorbing the medicinal strength of the tranquil profound pill. His cultivation also reached the peak of the 3rd level of the spirit severing stage. After stretching his waist, Night Sorrow walked out of the room in a very good state. In the martial arts field, Night Sorrow saw Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu who were cultivating. The two of them had similar cultivation, so they were cultivating combat experience. Seeing Night Sorrow arrive, the two women stopped cultivating. This time, it was Night Sorrow who made tea. 13, you're too much of a bastard. I told you to accompany Chuyu, but you actually went to cultivate. After sitting down, Yang Lei scolded Night Sorrow. That's right, didn't I tell you to accompany 9th senior sister? You bastard. Sikong Chuyu also stared at Night Sorrow. We'll be together for a long time. I'll raise my cultivation first and then consolidate it every day. It just so happens that I'll accompany you. Night Sorrow said with a smile. Then tell me, is Chuyu more important or is cultivation more important? Yang Lei looked at Night Sorrow and asked. Both are very important. Without any hesitation, Night Sorrow opened his mouth and said. Night Sorrow's answer made Sikong Chuyu and Yang Lei stunned. They didn't expect such an answer. It was a little hurtful. As long as one was a little smart, they wouldn't answer like that. Why are you looking at me like that? Night Sorrow looked at the two women and asked. Is cultivation so important to you? 13, we misjudged you. Yang Lei was a little angry. It is very important. If I don't cultivate, I won't have cultivation. If I don't have cultivation, I won't be able to go to the Qingtian region and the Sikong clan to propose marriage. If I don't have cultivation, I won't be able to protect you if a powerful enemy appears. Night Sorrow didn't understand why Yang Lei was angry. Cultivation was indeed very important to him. So that's how it is. I'm not angry with you, Sikong Chuyu said with tears in her eyes. When she first heard Night Sorrow say that cultivation was as important as her, she felt very sad and disappointed. However, after hearing Night Sorrow's explanation, her sadness and disappointment disappeared. What was left was touched. Night Sorrow did it for her and Yang Lei to cultivate. Take it slow. Cultivation isn't something that can be improved in a day. Yang Lei looked at Night Sorrow and said. Her eyes were full of heartache. In the past 2 years, Night Sorrow hadn't been idle. As long as he had time, he would cultivate. He had suffered a lot. Did the sect successfully take over the territory near Nanyang City? Night Sorrow asked after taking a sip of tea. Yes, the Golden Flames sect has indeed stopped. The territory that originally belonged to the Tai clan of Nanyang City has been given up. The main reason is that they don't have the energy to fight with us. They want to help the Scarlet Cloud sect. The Scarlet Cloud sect has been beaten up badly by the Southern Dipper sect and the Free and Unfettered sect. The Golden Flames sect is an ally, so they can't help. Yang Lei said. The situation is still very chaotic. Night Sorrow sighed. Right now, the Eastern Xian region is indeed a mess. The Holy Light sect and the Thunder Rumbling sect are fighting very fiercely. The Holy Light sect wants to teach the Thunder Rumbling sect a lesson. The Thunder Rumbling sect is very belligerent. Even if there is only one person left, they won't be convinced. Yang Lei said. Chapter 317. Genius remembers love in 1 second/small. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Then let's go outside and take a look at the Thunder Rumbling sect. Yang Lei said. That's fine too. Let's go out for a walk. The Thunder Rumbling sect is located at a place where we have to pass through the Southern Dipper sect. The Medicine Valley and the Southern Dipper sect are allies, so there shouldn't be any problems, Sikong Chuyu said with a smile. Also, we can go to Dongxian City for a walk. Night Sorrow, our Danding City is big enough, right? Dongxian City is at least 10 times bigger than Danding City. Even if we take a beast carriage, we won't be able to reach the end of the city in one day. Flying beasts are not prohibited there, Yang Lei said with a smile. That's good. If flying beasts are prohibited, taking a beast carriage will be very troublesome, Night Sorrow said. Before Yang Lei became the city lord, Night Sorrow had to take a beast carriage to enter and leave Danding City. He felt that it was very troublesome. Ordinary cities are afraid of being attacked by demonic beasts, so they restrict flying demonic beasts from flying within the city. However, Dongxian City is a royal city. Even if it's a demonic beast at the martial monarch realm, it will only end up dead if it tries to cause trouble. There are many rules that are unnecessary, said Yang Lei. A city like this, we must visit when we have time. Night Sorrow was interested in Dongxian City after hearing Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu's story. Indeed. One of the 9 royal cities of the continent, with a history of 10,000 years. That's the real magnificence, Sikong Chuyu said with a smile. 9 royal cities? In other words, each region has a king city? Yi Shan asked. Yes, the 9 regions have 9 royal cities and 3 royal cities. However, only one royal city, Zhongzhou City, still exists. The other 2 royal cities have already disappeared in the long river of history, Sikong Chuyu said. Where are the other 2 royal cities? Night Sorrow asked in confusion. But in the end, neither Yang Lei nor Sikong Chuyu could explain it. According to historical records, there were 3 imperial cities, but after the ancient investiture of the gods, only the shattered central continent city remained. The other 2 imperial cities had disappeared. Night Sorrow also knew about the investiture of the gods. The investiture of the gods was something that happened many, many years ago. That era was called the Ancient Era. At that time, 7th-level saints and 6th-level venerables were as numerous as the hairs on an ox, but after the investiture of the gods, they all fell. Due to the intense battle, the heavens were enraged. Heavenly lightning and earthly flames descended, shattering the originally complete continent into 9 regions and 18 prefectures. That was a war that affected all the cultivators on the continent. That was the sorrow of history, the sorrow of cultivators, and the fall of an era. Seeing Night Sorrow pondering, Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu didn't say anything. After all, some things still had a huge impact on Night Sorrow, who was inexperienced in the world. There are some things that you don't have to think about. The 2 missing imperial cities are a mystery on the continent. Tianji Tower and various large organizations have a bounty. Tianji Tower's bounty is a divine weapon. The other forces have a variety of bounties, but all of them are priceless treasures. Of course, even if one is lucky enough to know the location of the 2 imperial cities, no one will accept the bounty. In the ancient era, there were countless saints and venerables in these 2 imperial cities. They would have left behind countless treasures, Sikong Chuyu said with a smile. I'm already too busy with my own matters. How can I have time to think about this? Night Sorrow said with a smile. What are you so busy with that you can't handle it? Don't think so much at such a young age, Yang Lei said as she patted Night Sorrow on the shoulder. I have to work hard on my cultivation. 9th senior sister has a master to support her, so she can marry me. But Chuyu can't. She still has a lot of difficulties, Night Sorrow said. 9th senior sister, Night Sorrow still has to find his family. By the way, Night Sorrow, did you ask the higher-ups of Tianji Tower to see if there are any clues? Sikong Chuyu asked Night Sorrow as he looked at him. Love Go Xiao say W, Chu, I didn't ask. The main thing is that I'm still fighting for qualifications, so I didn't mention these things, Night Sorrow said as he shook his head. Ask when you have the chance. It's just asking. It won't affect anything. Your jade pendant is with me. You can't ask, right? Take it back first, Sikong Chuyu said. Just wear it. When you need it, just take it out and let them identify it. Night Sorrow shook his head. That was a keepsake he gave to Sikong Chuyu. It was impossible to take it back. That's fine. When you need it, come to me. Sikong Chuyu was also reluctant to part with the jade pendant. It was given to her by Night Sorrow, and it was also the most important thing to Night Sorrow. After making the decision to go to the Thunder Sect, Night Sorrow and the other 2 told Aoi about it. It's good that you guys go out for a walk, but you have to tell Master about this. 9th junior sister, you are the city lord. If you leave for a long time, you have to report it to the sect. Aoi was more mature and thought more. Night Sorrow and Yang Lei nodded. They knew that such things had to be told to Yu Yang Yu and the Great Elder. Sikong Chuyu stayed in the Dragon Spring courtyard, while Night Sorrow and Yang Lei rode their flying mounts to Danding Peak. They arrived at the place where Yu Yang Yu was in seclusion. When the 2 arrived, Yu Yang Yu was drinking tea in the courtyard in front of the pavilion. You 2 are here. Have some tea. Yu Yang Yu said with a smile. Master, you are in a good mood. Yang Lei said as she sat down. Indeed. I just broke through and didn't even finish this pot of tea. You guys came. Yu Yang Yu smiled and nodded at Yang Lei and Night Sorrow. Congratulations, Master. Congratulations, Master. Night Sorrow and Yang Lei quickly stood up and congratulated him. After Yu Yang Yu broke through, his cultivation base was at the peak void inquiry stage. One more step and he would reach the venerable realm. Don't be in a hurry to congratulate me. It won't be too late for you to congratulate me after I break through. Yu Yang Yu waved his hand and gestured for them to sit down. Master, you are going to stabilize your cultivation base and improve your mental state next, right? Yang Lei asked. My mental state is good enough. The only thing I lack is my cultivation base. In the past, due to limited resources and the loss of the sacred cauldron scripture, I couldn't improve my cultivation base. Once I improve my cultivation base, advancing to the next realm will be a matter of course. When Yu Yangyu said that, his body was filled with confidence. Lack of resources? Then I still have some spiritual liquid here. Take it, master. Night Sorrow took out 2 bottles of spiritual liquid of origin. Keep them for yourself. You also need resources. Old 9, you need to control your junior brother's extravagant spending. Yu Yangyu looked at Yang Lei and said. Shirsan still has some left. Yang Lei said with a smile. You still have some left? Then I'll keep them. I really need resources now. Yu Yangyu looked at Night Sorrow. When he saw Night Sorrow nodding to indicate that he still had some left, he kept the 2 bottles of spiritual liquid of origin. Master, we plan to go out for a walk. Yang Lei told him the purpose of their visit. I knew you guys have something to do. The Medicine Valley is still too small. It's good for you to go out for a walk. I will send an elder to Pilding City later to help you guard it. Don't worry. Where do you want to go? Yu Yangyu did not stop them and directly agreed. However, he still asked for the details. Chapter 318. Genius 1 second remember love go/little. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Go. Be careful. Old 9 and 13 lack experience. You should take care of everything. When you come back, I'll take care of your matters, Yu Yangyu said. Master, there's no rush. 13 hasn't settled Sikong Chuyu's matter yet. It's not appropriate for us to do it first. Sikong Chuyu's face blushed. That's up to you. When you want to do it, just tell me. I'll help you do it beautifully. Yu Yangyu said with a smile. Master, please take care of yourself. Night Sorrow bowed to Yu Yangyu. After bidding farewell to Yu Yangyu, Night Sorrow and Yang Lei rode the Tianyu back to Danding City. When she was with Night Sorrow, Yang Lei didn't use the green condor. Soon, the 2 arrived at Longquan Courtyard. You 2 are fast. Aoi greeted Night Sorrow when she saw him. 6th senior sister, did you know that Master has broken through? Yang Lei said happily. That's great. I'll go back later to congratulate Master. Aoi said when she heard Yang Lei. Aoi and Yang Lei didn't have any relatives. Yu Yangyu was not only their master, but also their father. Master said it's not worth celebrating. We'll talk about it when he breaks through again. Yang Lei said with a smile. All right then. Master probably didn't stop you from leaving. When do you plan to leave? Aoi asked. We'll pack up and leave. Yang Lei said. At the same time, she waved her hand to call her disciples over. Jiang Ziming came over with his junior brothers and junior sisters. They all bowed to Yang Lei. Ziming, you're the eldest senior brother. You have to take good care of your junior brothers and junior sisters. Listen to 6th martial uncle's arrangements. Yang Lei instructed. I will. Master, you should come back soon, Jiang Ziming said. They all knew that Yang Lei was going out. Yang Lei held Xing Ji's hand and said, as a master, it is up to the individual to cultivate. In terms of cultivation, you must work hard. In addition, the most important thing is that you must be united among your fellow disciples. You must respect and understand each other. You must be like me, your uncle masters, and your uncle masters. In this life, what I am most grateful for is that I have good senior brothers, senior sisters, and junior brothers. In fact, in Taishan Peak, it wasn't only Yang Lei who taught the disciples this way. Everyone else was the same. The friendship between fellow disciples was the most important thing in Taishan Peak. After packing up, the 3 of them left the Dragon Spring Courtyard and headed toward the Southern Dipper sect. Sikong Chuyu and Night Sorrow rode the Tianyu while Yang Lei rode the Azure Eagle. Yishang originally planned to give the Tiger Eagle to Yang Lei, but Yang Lei thought it was ugly and Qing Ji didn't like it either. Therefore, Yi Shang gave the tiger eagle, which had more potential than the green condor, to Qin Zhen. The three of them weren't in a hurry. During the day, they rode the flying beasts. At night, they rested. In any case, it didn't affect their cultivation. After traveling for more than 10 days, Night Sorrow raised his cultivation from the peak of the 3rd stage of the spirit-severing stage to the 4th stage. Chu Yu, the protectors of Tianji Tower, said that if the venerables of the Golden Flame sect make a move, then the Tianjin Tower will step in. Will we be able to make it in time? Night Sorrow asked after he finished practicing his spear art after camping. It shouldn't be a problem. There are many protectors of Tianjin Tower. There should be venerables of Tianjin Tower in the area of the Golden Flame sect. Experts can sense each other's aura, so we should be able to stop them in time, Sikong Chuyu said with a smile. Let's not talk about this first. Even if it was an ordinary patrol of Tianjin Tower, the venerables of the Golden Flame sect would have to retreat. The Golden Flame sect knows very well what the consequences would be if they didn't give face to Tianjin Tower. Love Go Xiao Say W. Chuyang Lei patted Night Sorrow's shoulder and said. If that's the case, I'm relieved, Night Sorrow said after taking a sip of the tea brewed by Sikong Chuyu. We're not very far from the Southern Dipper sect Star Do City. Shall we go there, Night Sorrow? Yang Lei asked. No, let's head to the Thunder Rumbling sect and see what's going on there, Night Sorrow said after a moment's consideration. ZR quick W asterisk go on 4 Night Sorrow knew Nanxing from the Southern Dipper sect, but there was no friendship between them. The battle between the Thunder Rumbling sect and the Holy Light Temple was very fierce, so he wanted to see Lei Bao and Lei Jing first. Although he had only met them once, Night Sorrow approved of them. At this moment, Jiao Qing was drinking tea and chatting with a yellow-robed woman in the back courtyard of the Star Do City's main city. The yellow-robed woman's hair was tied up simply on top of her head, with 2 locks of black hair hanging down naturally. Her eyes were very spirited. Uncle Qing, is that Night Sorrow from the Medicine Valley really that outstanding? The yellow-robed woman asked. Yes, very outstanding. You should know that the Medicine Valley has nothing to do with the Tianji Tower. He was able to survive in the Tianji Tower by relying on his ability and strength, Jiao Qing said. Then I'll go and meet him when I have time, the yellow-robed woman said after thinking for a moment. Don't get on his bad side, or you'll get into trouble. The people in the Tianji Tower now treat him like a treasure. In terms of weight, even us uncle and niece can't compare, Jiao Qing said nervously. Uncle Qing, don't worry. It won't be a big deal to spar with him and teach him a lesson. I've heard Nanxing talk about him before, the woman said with a smile. This woman was the Southern Dipper sect's holy maiden, Nan Liyue. Liyue, you have to continue working hard. The heavenly assessment isn't a secret, but I have my principles. I can't tell you about your rating. You should enter the 5th order as soon as possible, Jiao Qing said. I will. Uncle Qing, don't worry. It's rare for Uncle Qing to come back. Do you want to stay for a while? Nan Liyue said with a smile. No, the Golden Flame sect and the Medicine Valley have a conflict. I have to monitor the situation, Jiao Qing said while shaking his head. Didn't the Tianji Tower say that it doesn't care about the struggle between the various forces? Nan Liyue asked, puzzled. That's the principle, but the Medicine Valley can't be destroyed now. This is the value that Night Sorrow has created for the Medicine Valley. If the Golden Flame sect sends out a venerable or makes a move, then the Tianji Tower will stop it, Jiao Qing said. Liyue understands. When I'm done with the recent matters, I'll go and patrol the Golden Flame sect's area, Nan Liyue said after thinking for a while. Liyue, you have to remember one thing. When you become a member of the Tianji Tower, the interests of the Tianji Tower are the most important. The interests of the sect and the family are second. If you violate this, the Tianji Tower will deal with you. This is the principle, the iron principle. Whoever crosses this line will die, Jiao Qing said seriously. He was afraid that Nan Liyue would do something out of line because of her young age, so he reminded her in advance. If she crossed the line, then he wouldn't be able to help her even if he was the protector of the Eastern Xian domain branch of the Tianji Tower. Uncle Qing, don't worry. I know the principle. Nan Liyue nodded. Chapter 319. Genius remembers love in 1 second/small. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Our Southern Dipper sect won't be affected, right? Nan Liyue asked with some worry. Of course not. Uncle is leaving. When you see your father and other uncles, please say hello for Uncle Qing. Also, when you see your grandfather, please say that Uncle Qing is unfilial. Jiao Qing stood up and said. After sending Jiao Qing off, Nan Liyue sat down and slowly tasted her tea. She didn't have any doubts about Jiao Qing's words. Jiao Qing was the most outstanding person of her father's generation in the Southern Dipper sect. After thinking about it, Nan Liyue decided to walk around the Medicine Valley area. She planned to meet Night Sorrow, who currently had the highest rating in Tianji Tower. This wasn't because she had any malice toward Night Sorrow, but mainly because she was curious about Night Sorrow. She admitted that she couldn't do what Night Sorrow did. Night Sorrow and the other two moved forward every day. After reaching the No Man's Land, Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu rode Sikong Chuyu's Fire Phoenix. The two of them treated it as a sightseeing tour. Night Sorrow sat on Tianyu's back and meditated. Ninth senior sister, isn't Night Sorrow working too hard? Most people would have gotten sick of it long ago, but he's cultivating it with gusto. Sikong Chuyu looked at Yi Shang behind her and said. I really didn't expect this guy to be so ruthless. Yang Lei said with a smile. Although he doesn't say it, he's still under a lot of pressure. It's mainly because the Medicine Valley is in the teeth of the storm. Sikong Chuyu said. Night Sorrow cultivated as they moved forward. When they camped at night, Night Sorrow had his own animal skin shack and didn't stay with the two girls. After a month and a half, the three of them entered the territory of Thunder Rumbling Sect. After asking around, they found out that the battlefield between Thunder Rumbling Sect and Holy Light Religion was at Fallen Leaf Mountain. 13. Do you want to go to Fallen Leaf Mountain Range or Thunder Mountain? Yang Lei asked. We're going to the Fallen Leaf Mountain Range mainly to watch the battle here and increase our knowledge. Lei Bao and Lei Zheng might also be in the Fallen Leaf Mountain Range, Night Sorrow said after thinking for a while. Let's head towards the Fallen Leaf Mountain Range. If we do that, we won't have to take a long detour to reach Dongxian City. Sikong Chuyu agreed with Night Sorrow's suggestion. Following which, the three of them headed towards the Fallen Leaf Mountain Range. They had also noticed that the Thunder Rumbling Sect had also mobilized their forces and were gathering towards the Fallen Leaf Mountain Range. Chuyu, ninth senior sister, this journey is too tiring. Chuyu, how long did it take you to travel from the Qingtian region to the Eastern Xian region? Night Sorrow sighed. Love go little say ku, the Eastern Xian region is rather remote, right? In other regions, there are teleportation arrays between major cities. Each use requires different amounts of spirit stones. I took the teleportation array to reach the realm sea of the Eastern Xian region. It didn't take much time, but I did use some spirit stones, Sikong Chuyu said. Teleportation array? Night Sorrow didn't understand. Teleportation arrays are extremely precious. They require space crystals as their foundation. Each activation also requires spirit stones. I'm not sure about the teleportation arrays in the Eastern Xian region, Sikong Chuyu said. In the Eastern Xian region, only the main cities of a few super sects have teleportation arrays. Thunder Rumbling Sect, Sacred Light Sect, Golden Flame Sect, Scarlet Cloud Sect, and Southern Dipper Sect are certain to have teleportation arrays. As for Free and Unfettered Sect and Star Cloud Sect, I'm not sure, Yang Lei said. It's convenient to have a teleportation array. What you need is spirit stones. If you teleport a long distance, you'll need more spirit stones. If you teleport a short distance, you'll need less spirit stones, Sikong Chuyu explained to Night Sorrow. Then can't we have a teleportation array in Danding City? Night Sorrow asked. Space crystals are too rare. In addition, to inscribe a teleportation array, you'll need an array master. Array masters are even rarer than alchemy masters. Therefore, it's too difficult to set up a teleportation array. Even in other regions, teleportation arrays are extremely luxurious, Sikong Chuyu said. I understand. Night Sorrow nodded. The three of them rode on their flying demonic beasts and continued to fly towards the Fallen Leaf Mountain range. Night Sorrow planned to watch the battle here and gain some experience. After seeing Lei Bao and Lei Zheng, he would go to Eastern Xian City and Tianji Tower to see the origin of his jade tablet. After flying for another 7 days, the three of them arrived at the Fallen Leaf Mountain range. There were many disciples of the Thunder Rumbling sect here. Night Sorrow's group was intercepted by a Thunder Rumbling sect disciple riding on a Thunderbird. My name is Night Sorrow, Lei Bao's friend. I wonder if Lei Bao is in this area? Night Sorrow asked. You're looking for young Master Lei Bao? Alright, you guys land and rest. I'll go ask around. It'll take about a day. The Thunder Rumbling sect disciple rode on a flying beast and left. Night Sorrow's group landed on the ground and set up camp. It would take a long time to send a message. This was still the outer area of the Fallen Leaf Mountain range. If they went in directly, there would be a conflict. At noon the next day, while Night Sorrow was still practicing his spear arts, the sound of thunderbirds appeared in the sky. A few thunderbirds appeared in Night Sorrow's sight and landed. Haha. It's really you. After getting off the Thunderbird, Lei Bao gave Night Sorrow a bear hug. If you were coming, you should have told us in advance. We would have come to pick you up so you wouldn't have been intercepted. Lei Zheng walked down from another Thunderbird. How could I have told you in advance? I've been on the road for more than 2 months. Night Sorrow said with a smile. That's true. Brother, let's go. We'll talk when we reach the camp. Lei Bao said and got on his own Thunderbird. Night Sorrow's group rode on a flying beast and followed beside Lei Bao and Lei Zheng. Is the battle still very intense? Night Sorrow asked. He saw the bloodstains on Lei Bao's and Lei Ming's robes and understood that it was the result of not changing in a hurry after the battle. Yes, those Holy Light Temple bastards think that my Thunder Rumbling sect is easy to bully and want to push through the Fallen Leaf Mountain range. They think too much. As long as there's still one person in my Thunder Rumbling sect, they can't hope to pass. Lei Bao cursed. Night Sorrow, isn't your Medicine Valley also very chaotic? I heard that Scarlet Cloud sect and Golden Flame sect have joined forces to attack your Medicine Valley. Lei Zheng, who was standing on the back of a Thunderbird, asked. That's why you're not up to date. The battle happened 2 months ago, and they've already retreated. Although you're allies with the Scarlet Cloud sect, I still have to say that they can't afford to go to war just because I killed their people in the alternate space, Yishan said. That's right. You're not up to it. That's the alliance of the older generation. It doesn't affect our friendship. In fact, I don't like those people. They have the same moral character as Holy Light Temple, they can't afford to lose. Holy Light Temple also sent a message to my Thunder Rumbling sect to hand me over just because I killed a few of their elite disciples. What the hell is this? If you're afraid of death, don't enter the other dimension. Lei Bao cursed. Me coming to your front line won't affect you, right? Night Sorrow asked. Look at the original version of the chapter, no. Chapter 320. Genius 1 second remember love/go/little. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. That's good, as long as I don't disturb you. Night Sorrow said. Tomorrow, you drink and watch me kill the enemy. I heard that you killed a lot of Red Cloud sect's disciples in the other dimension. This brother can't compare to you, but killing some Holy Light Temple's disciples is still possible. Why don't you introduce the 2 beauties behind you? Lei Bao asked with a smile. Night Sorrow introduced Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu to Lei Bao and Lei Zheng. Admirable. Not only is Brother Ye's combat strength strong, but in other aspects, Brother Yi is also inferior. Lei Jing cupped his hands towards Yishang. Haha. Don't make fun of me. Night Sorrow replied with a smile. He turned around and saw that Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu's cheeks were red, which made him a little embarrassed. When the three of them arrived, the battle between Holy Light Temple and Thunder Rumbling School had just ended. The battle between the two clans took place in a canyon, the Grand Canyon of the Fallen Leaf Mountain Range. The canyon was very spacious, enough for thousands of people to fight. The high ground on both sides of the canyon was the campsite of both sides. When they arrived, the Thunder Rumbling School's disciples were transporting corpses back and forth. It seemed that many people died in the battle. You two bastards, why didn't you say anything when you went out? At this time, an old man came over and reprimanded Lei Bao and Lei Zheng. Uncle Lei Jun, we brothers came from hundreds of thousands of miles away to see us, so we had to go and greet you. Lei Bao said. Are these your friends? The dark-faced old man with a steel needle-like beard, Lei Jun, asked. Night Sorrow greets Senior. Night Sorrow bowed to Lei Jun. Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu cupped their hands toward Lei Jun. Night Sorrow, Lei Bao, and Lei Zheng were friends, so they followed the rules of juniors. Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu were both at the 5th step of cultivation, so they didn't need to follow the rules of juniors. What two pretty girls. Good cultivation. If you have friends, then go and entertain them. If you dare to run around again, I'll break your legs. The old man glared at Lei Bao and Lei Zheng before he left. Haha. My uncle Lei Jun has a fiery temper. He is the person in charge of our Thunder Rumbling sect. Lei Bao said. After that, Lei Bao called for people to set up the animal skin tents and a bonfire to roast an elk. After the barbecue was done, Night Sorrow took out the wine. Sorry for the intrusion. Please don't mind. What are you talking about? We are friends. Don't say this in the future. I have to thank you for not making things difficult for my brother. Otherwise, he would have lost his own bird. Lei Bao glanced at Lei Zheng and said. Haha. Then I won't stand on ceremony. Let's drink. Night Sorrow threw out 2 jugs of wine and said. Speaking of which, brother, were there any battles in the alternate dimension? Lei Bao asked. I killed Qi Xian and Qi Zhonglia from the Red Cloud sect, and a few others. I didn't see anyone else come. Night Sorrow said. Then you have to thank me. I met people from the Golden Flame sect on the way. I killed a few of them and chased some away. I also robbed some resources. Lei Zheng said with a smile. Then many thanks, brother Lei Zheng. Yishan cupped his hands towards Lei Zheng. There were 2 strong ones. I think one was called Su Wang, and the other was called Su Yuan. Lei Zheng took a sip of wine and said. Su Wang. I killed that guy a while ago. Night Sorrow remembered that the one who challenged him at Nanyang Lake and was killed by him was called Su Wang. That guy was pretty strong. It took me a lot of effort to defeat him. When it came to Brother Yi, he was killed immediately. That's the difference between us. Lei Zheng said with some emotion. After chatting for a while, Lei Bao and Lei Zheng left. They needed to rest, cultivate, and prepare for battle because they were fighting every day. These 2 guys are really straightforward. They will be good friends. Yang Lei said to Night Sorrow. After chatting for a while, the 3 of them went to rest. Lei Bao and the others arranged 2 animal skin tents for Night Sorrow and the other 2. After cultivating for a night, Night Sorrow woke up early. After drinking a sip of water, Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu came to his tent. Then Lei Bao and Lei Zheng came with breakfast. This is a battlefield. It's a bit casual. Brother, don't mind. Lei Bao said. Brother Lei, don't be so polite. Since we are friends, there's no need to be so formal. Night Sorrow said. Haha. Well said. If I don't die in this battle, I will owe you a big meal. Lei Bao patted his chest and said. After eating, they rested for a while. Then, the battle began. Lei Bao and Lei Zheng went out to fight. Hundreds of people from both sides rushed into the canyon. Hidden weapons filled the sky. It was much more intense than the battle between Medicine Valley and Golden Flame Sect. Lei Bao and Lei Zheng carried their heavy swords and rushed into the crowd. They didn't even use their true qi because it would consume a lot of energy. This kind of battle was a war of attrition. The faster they consumed, the faster they died. Some people roared, some people screamed. Human life was especially cheap and humble in this battle. Super 9 both sides had people dying, but no one retreated. After seeing so many deaths, there was no fear in everyone's heart. There was only the desire to kill the enemy. In the air, there were still rank 5 cultivators fighting. The battle was much more intense than the battle between Medicine Valley and Golden Flame Sect. At this time, Night Sorrow noticed that a fierce person had appeared on the Holy Light Temple's side. He was constantly killing the Thunder Rumbling Sect's disciples. Then, he rushed towards Lei Bao, who was entangled with the Holy Light Temple's disciples. Lei Bao is dangerous. That guy's cultivation is at the peak of the 4th order. Moreover, he has extraordinary combat strength. He easily killed 2 Thunder Rumbling Sect's late 4th order disciples. Yang Lei knew that Night Sorrow couldn't see through the man's cultivation, so she explained to Night Sorrow. While Yang Lei was speaking, the black-clothed man jumped up and stabbed his sword towards Lei Bao. Seeing this man attacking him, Lei Bao waved his sword to block. Night Sorrow couldn't hear anything. He only saw Lei Bao's right hand being pushed back and his body being sent flying. The black-clothed man jumped up and continued to chase after Lei Bao. The Thunder Rumbling Sect's disciples couldn't stop him and were easily killed. This person has the ability to fight above his level. The Thunder Rumbling Sect's rank 4 disciples can't stop him. Night Sorrow said. He was also worried for Lei Bao. Lei Bao was not convinced. As long as this black-clothed man rushed up, he would definitely fight back. However, after a few moves, he vomited blood and was seriously injured. Night Sorrow moved. He could ignore the battle between the Thunder Rumbling Sect and Holy Light Temple. He could ignore the life and death of others. However, he couldn't watch Lei Bao get killed. After all, they were friends. Chapter 321. Genius 1 second. Remember love divided by go divided by little? We provide you with wonderful novels to read. The sky-piercing spear pierced through the air with a black light and blocked the black-clothed man who was about to kill Lei Bao. Love go little say Netka. The black-clothed man glanced at Night Sorrow and swung his sword at the sky-piercing spear. Bang! After an explosion, the black-clothed man was forced to retreat. At the same time, the sky-piercing spear was also sent flying back. Night Sorrow leaped into the air and caught the sky-piercing spear in his hand. Then, he held the reincarnation spear in his right hand and stood beside Lei Bao. He grabbed Lei Bao with his left hand and pulled the heavily injured Lei Bao behind him. Night Sorrow, quickly retreat. Lei Bao struggled to stand in front of Night Sorrow. You are not from the Thunder Rumbling Sect. Don't get involved in this. Quickly leave. Don't make a mistake. The black-clothed man looked coldly at Night Sorrow and said. He noticed that Night Sorrow's battle robe was different from Lei Bao's and the disciples of the Thunder Rumbling Sect. I am indeed not from the Thunder Rumbling Sect and I am not willing to get involved in this battle. However, he is my friend. He even called me brother this morning. If you want to kill him, you have to go through me first. Night Sorrow looked at the black-clothed man and said. Then let's talk with our strength. The black-clothed man waved his long sword and slashed at Night Sorrow. Night Sorrow used his left hand to throw Lei Bao behind him. Then, he waved his right hand and used the energy of the myriad Tao Tome to activate the mysterious ice spiritual chi and poured it into the tip of the spear. At the same time, he poured his true chi into the spear and pierced it towards the black-clothed man's long sword. Ding! With a crisp sound, the two weapons clashed. Night Sorrow was forced to retreat 4 steps while the black-clothed man retreated 3 steps. Night Sorrow felt that this man's strength was very profound. At first, it was soft, but then there was a strong recoil. This kind of extreme energy exertion technique offset Night Sorrow's shockwave. At the same time, an extremely strong force rushed towards Night Sorrow, but it was offset by Night Sorrow's true chi. Strong. Night Sorrow felt that this was the strongest level 4 person he had ever met. Not only did this person block the vibration scripture executed by his myriad Tao tome, but the rebound of his vital energy had also traveled 1/3 of the way into the reincarnation sphere. This person's strength was very terrifying. However, Night Sorrow was not afraid. His heart was filled with fighting spirit. With a low roar, Night Sorrow rushed forward. As he rushed forward, his Jin Qi rushed to the tip of the spear. The energy of the myriad Tao tome entered the body of the spear. It was the same as the first time they had clashed. However, the order of the Jin Qi and the energy of the myriad Tao tome was changed. Baidu search AI Go Xiao Shua www.aichux. COM Since the shockwave couldn't restrain the opponent's hidden needle technique, he would change his method. Seeing Night Sorrow's attack, the black-clothed man's eyes flashed. He waved his sword and slashed towards Night Sorrow's reincarnation spear. He didn't believe that his peak spirit severing stage cultivation couldn't suppress Night Sorrow's level 4 spirit severing stage cultivation. The two weapons clashed and didn't immediately separate. Soon after, energy ripples appeared at the point of contact. This was the explosion of Night Sorrow's wave force. 20 consecutive waves of wave force blasted the black-clothed man back. However, Night Sorrow's true chi had been used up. He was also forced back a few steps by the recoil. The black jade spirit chi was overbearing, but it couldn't invade the black-clothed man's sword. The black-clothed man's true chi was incomparably strong. It wasn't something that Night Sorrow's true chi could contend against. Soon after, Night Sorrow attacked again. He waved his reincarnation spear and fought with the black-clothed man. Every time their weapons clashed, Night Sorrow would be forced back. However, the black-clothed man also had to retreat to reduce the force. Gap. The difference of 5 levels created a huge gap. Night Sorrow's true chi and the myriad Tao tome's energy alternated and reached an endless state. However, he could only block the black-clothed man. Night Sorrow knew that if this continued, he would definitely be defeated. This was because he would be the first to exhaust his energy. Fortunately, the battle didn't last long. The thunder rumbling sect's disciples who had repelled the other sacred light religion's disciples came to help. They released their hidden weapons and repelled the black-clothed man. At the end of the battle, Night Sorrow retreated a few steps. His chest heaved up and down as he breathed rapidly. The battle just now had consumed a lot of his true chi. Brother Yi, little brother Lei Bao, Lei Bao, owe you my life. Lei Bao casually wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and chin and came to Night Sorrow's side. You call me brother, so you don't have to be so polite. Night Sorrow said to Lei Bao. I don't know how the sacred light religion could produce such a ruthless person. I have also fought against sacred light religion's late-stage spirit-severing stage experts. Even if I couldn't win, I wasn't in such a sorry state like today. Lei Bao said with some emotion. This is the help of your thunder rumbling sect's disciples. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to hold on for a while. This guy is indeed powerful. Night Sorrow also knew that this black-clothed man was indeed powerful. Since his debut, he had never been so passive. Brother Bao, are you okay? Lei Jing also came over. He was also covered in blood. The wound on his left shoulder was still open. It was very horrifying. Are you okay? We were almost killed by him. Lei Bao said. Haha. It's still Brother Yi who is domineering. With a level 4 spirit severing stage, he was able to withstand that brutal guy. Otherwise, we would have been unlucky. Lei Zheng supported Lei Bao and returned to the thunder-rumbling sect's camp with Night Sorrow. Little brother, this old man thanks you. Seeing Night Sorrow and the others return, Lei Jun greeted them and cupped his hands to Night Sorrow. Senior Lei Jun, you are too polite. It's nothing. Night Sorrow said with a smile. If you don't mind, you can call me Uncle Lei Jun. You guys rest, I will check on the other injured disciples. I will come back later. Lei Jun nodded to Night Sorrow and left. On Lei Bao and Lei Zheng's side, the thunder-rumbling sect's disciples came forward to bandage their wounds. This is not good. No one can withstand this bastard. He rampaged through our thunder-rumbling sect's disciples. It will be difficult for us to win. Lei Zheng was somewhat worried about the next battle. Today, the thunder-rumbling sect's disciples had suffered a great loss. Night Sorrow, are you okay? Sikong Chuyu asked. I'm fine. It's just that I consumed a lot of energy. This guy is really strong. I am not his opponent. I may be able to hold on for a short period of time, but for a long period of time, I will lose. Night Sorrow said. Just as they were talking, Night Sorrow's acquaintance, Lei Jing, came over. Brother Bao, I brought the information. That guy is the holy son of the Holy Light sect. His name is Ho Jian. A few years ago, he entered the Fourth Order. Currently, his cultivation is at the 9th level of spirit severing stage. He is the strongest disciple under the 5th Order of the Holy Light sect. Q more unspecified currency G nu O fastest Y, up. He is this generation's holy son. No wonder he is so strong. What should we do? Lei Zheng was somewhat anxious. I have already informed them that Lei Zheng and Lei Ku are coming. However, they will arrive tomorrow night at the earliest. Lei Jun walked over and said. What about tomorrow? Tomorrow, we will continue to let him slaughter our thunder-rumbling sect's disciples without restraint? Lei Zheng's eyes were red because today, his cousin had died in battle. How about this? Tomorrow, I will fight with him and restrain him. After thinking for a moment, Night Sorrow said. Chapter 322. Genius remembers love in 1 second/small. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Yang Lei's heart was full of worry. Ho Jian was too strong. Killing other 9th level spirit severing experts was as easy as flipping his hand. Night Sorrow was able to hold on for a while today, but it was also very dangerous. Another thing that was not suitable was that Night Sorrow was from the Medicine Valley, which could easily bring trouble to the Medicine Valley. Ninth senior sister, if I do this, it may bring trouble to the Medicine Valley, but I really can't just sit back and do nothing. Tomorrow, I will say that this is my own idea and has nothing to do with the Medicine Valley. Night Sorrow thought for a moment and said. Okay. It's all up to you. Yang Lei knew that Night Sorrow was in a difficult position. Lei Bao and Lei Jing both regarded him as a brother, so of course, Night Sorrow couldn't just watch the two of them die. Today, thanks to you, our thunder-rumbling sect's defeat was saved. Whether you fight tomorrow or not, as long as the Holy Light religion is unfavorable to the Medicine Valley, then our thunder-rumbling sect will fight with the Holy Light religion to the death. Lei Jun said, which was equivalent to making a promise. It's nothing, it's just a coincidence. Night Sorrow said. After staying with Night Sorrow for a while, Lei Jun left. He still had a lot of things to arrange. In today's Rank 5 battle, Thunder Rumbling Sect had 2 injured, and Holy Light Religion was the same. He had to arrange the Rank 5 members for tomorrow's battle. Night Sorrow, I'm sorry. You came as a guest, but I dragged you into the water. Lei Bao looked at Night Sorrow apologetically. As a disciple of the Medicine Valley, I really can't participate in the battle without any scruples. You have to understand me. Night Sorrow said with a wry smile. We understand. We are very grateful for your help today. Lei Bao said. After talking for a while, Lei Bao and Lei Zheng went to treat their injuries. Night Sorrow, Yang Lei, and Sikong Chuyu sat quietly. 13. The Holy Light Religion can't threaten the Medicine Valley. After all, the Thunder Rumbling sect and the Southern Dipper sect are in between. The main problem is your safety. After thinking for a moment, Yang Lei ruled out the hidden danger of the Holy Light Religion attacking the Medicine Valley. That guy's strength is very special. Night Sorrow. My shockwave energy is useless against him. Tomorrow, I plan to fight him in close combat. I'll use the mysterious Jade Hands and King Kong Hands. As long as I can injure him, it will give the Thunder Rumbling School time to recover. That will be enough. Night Sorrow spoke his thoughts. Well, if you can't hold on, just retreat. Fighting with such an opponent, it's not embarrassing even if you lose, Yang Lei said. While Yang Lei was talking, Night Sorrow suddenly got distracted and stood up. Night Sorrow, what happened to you? Sikong Chuyu was shocked to see Night Sorrow. Wait for me here. Don't follow me. Someone wants to see me. Night Sorrow then left the tent and walked towards the forest to the left of the Thunder Rumbling faction. 2 miles into the forest, Night Sorrow saw a black-robed old man. He had seen the black-robed old man before. The black-robed old man waved his arm and wrapped Night Sorrow in his energy and left. A moment later, the black-robed old man released the energy binding on Night Sorrow and arrived at a small river. The black-robed young man, Ho Jian, was making tea. Night Sorrow turned his head to look at the old man he saw at the celestial water lake. Sit down and drink the tea. This lord will slowly explain to you. The old man waved his arm and directly moved a few stones and then sat down. Night Sorrow also sat down. He was not worried about his safety. If this old man wanted to kill him, it would be too easy. There was no need to go through so much trouble. Well, you too have doubts in your hearts. Now, I will explain to you. Ho Jian, this lord does not care about the battle between the Holy Light Religion and the Thunder Rumbling School. As long as the Holy Light Religion is not destroyed, this lord will not intervene. However, you cannot have a conflict with him. The black-robed old man, Ho Jian, said. Granduncle, this disciple does not understand. Ho Jian looked at Night Sorrow and said. You do not understand. Night Sorrow, you may not understand either. Ho Jian, you have the Tianji Tower's patrol token and are a direct member of the Tianji Tower. Similarly, Night Sorrow is also a direct member of the Tianji Tower. In the future, you two will not be ordinary patrols. Therefore, there cannot be a conflict between the two of you. Ho Yuan said. Senior, I am sorry. This junior does not want to go against the Holy Light Religion. It is just that Lei Bao and Lei Jing treat me as a friend. I came here as a guest and cannot watch them be killed. If that happens, I will not be able to face myself. In the future, no one will dare to be my friend. Night Sorrow stood up and bowed to Ho Yuan. Although he did not do anything wrong in this matter, he was in the wrong. Sit down. Since the matter has already happened, then think of a way to solve it. This lord also just came here today. If I did not come, who knows what kind of trouble would have happened. Ho Jian, you cannot blame Night Sorrow. You can only envy Lei Bao and Lei Zheng for having a friend like Night Sorrow. Ho Yuan looked at Ho Jian and said. Granduncle, rest assured. This time, this disciple came to the Fallen Leaves mountain range to train myself, not to kill a lot of people from the Thunder Rumbling School. Neither side can destroy the other, so this kind of war is meaningless. Night Sorrow. I really admire you. Ever since I started cultivating, I've always been able to fight above my level. I can easily kill opponents of the same level. You're the first person to use a lower cultivation to stop me. Ho Jian bowed to Ho Yuan and then looked at Yishang. Today, I can no longer hold on. However, I cannot watch Lei Bao be killed by you, so I forced myself to hold on. Night Sorrow said. 9. Update. See, the reason I got the two of you out is to talk about this matter. This battle is meaningless. Tomorrow, this lord will talk to both sides and make them stop. Night Sorrow, Ho Jian, you have to be more open-minded. Now, because you are from different sects and belong to different forces, you are opponents. But what about when you go out? Eastern Xian region only occupies a small place among the 9 regions. The world outside is much bigger. When you go out, you will represent Eastern Xian region. You will have to fight side by side. Ho Yuan took a sip of tea and said, "This disciple understands." Ho Jian stood up and bowed. "This junior understands." Night Sorrow also bowed to Ho Yuan. He found that Ho Yuan was able to reach the top of Tianji Tower. His vision were not comparable to ordinary people. "I will not hide it from the two of you. Lei Bao and Lei Zheng are also members of the Black Watch. In the future, they will also be direct subordinates of Tianji Tower. Therefore, in this lord's opinion, this battle cannot be carried out. If anything happens to either of you, this lord will not bear it." Ho Yuan said. Ho Jian and Night Sorrow listened without saying a word. They were not clear about this matter. "Night Sorrow, you came so far just to visit a friend. You are really something. What do you plan to do next?" Ho Yuan looked at Night Sorrow and asked. "This junior came out to increase his knowledge. I will go to Eastern Xian City later. At that time, there are some things that I need to ask senior." Night Sorrow said. "What is it?" "You can say it now." Ho Yuan said to Night Sorrow. Chapter 323. Genius 1 second. Remember Love Go divided by Xiao. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Then, do you have any clues? Or do you have any keepsake? Ho Yuan was very curious about this. Night Sorrow was very talented, so he wanted to know what kind of family Night Sorrow came from, and what kind of power he belonged to. Baidu search Love Go female sign Xiao Shua www.aichux.com. I have a keepsake, but I don't have it with me. Next time, I'll show it to senior and help junior identify it. Night Sorrow said. Alright, if you want to go to Dongxian City, then you can find me at Tianji Tower. I don't know if our Holy Light Temple has lost any children these years. Ho Yuan said, and at the same time made a joke. Senior must be joking. Thank you for your care. Night Sorrow bowed to Ho Yuan. Alright, the two of you go back after having a cup of tea. I need to settle some things. If everything goes well, the battle tomorrow will be over. If not, the two of you are not allowed to fight tomorrow. Ho Yuan stood up and left after giving them some instructions. I'm sorry about today's matter. Night Sorrow raised the teacup in his hand toward Ho Jian and said. You think too much. My granduncle is right. I should be envious that Lei Bao and Lei Zheng have a friend like you. Seeing you put a lot of pressure on me. You have too much room for improvement. If I don't enter the fifth order, it will be very difficult for me to improve my strength. Soon, I will be overtaken. Ho Jian said. Brother Ho is too modest. Night Sorrow said with a smile. Outside the Eastern Profound region, we are partners who fight side by side. But in the Eastern Profound region, I still see you as an opponent. The days without an opponent are very boring. Ho Jian looked at Night Sorrow and said. Good. Without an opponent, there is no motivation. I agree with your point of view. Night Sorrow didn't expect Ho Jian to be so magnanimous. Look at original edition chapters tick on G. However, if you go to the Holy Light Temple area, I will treat you as a friend just like Lei Bao and the others. Ho Jian said. Forget it. If I were to fight with you today, your Holy Light Temple's disciples would recognize me. They would definitely think that I'm an enemy. If I dare to go to your Holy Light Temple's territory, I will be chopped to death. Night Sorrow said with a smile. Don't worry. As long as you mention my name, no one will touch you, Ho Jian said. Same. If you come to the Medicine Valley, I will also welcome you as a friend, Night Sorrow nodded and said. After chatting for a while, the two parted ways. Night Sorrow returned to the thunder rumbling sex shack. In the shack, Night Sorrow saw the worried faces of Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu, as well as the pale-faced Lei Bao and Lei Zheng, who had bandages wrapped around his shoulder. What's the situation? I heard from Ninth's senior sister that someone is looking for you. Lei Bao asked. Just like Night Sorrow, he now addressed Yang Lei as Ninth's senior sister. The battle might not be able to continue. Night Sorrow sat down and said. Who is it that wants to see you? Sikong Chuyu asked. There are no outsiders here, so there's no harm in me telling you. It's a high-level member of Tianji Tower, or rather, a high-level member of Holy Light Temple's Tianji Tower. He doesn't want me to clash with Ho Jian, so he won't allow us to fight tomorrow. Night Sorrow said. He knew that Lei Bao and Lei Zheng were members of Black Watch, so he didn't think it was a big deal. Then wouldn't our thunder rumbling sect be passive? Lei Zheng said with some worry. That won't happen. Aren't you and Lei Bao also patrolling Tianji Tower? That's why he doesn't want you to die. This senior seems to want to negotiate and stop this battle, Night Sorrow said. That's good. If he's biased, then it'll be really troublesome. Lei Zheng said. No, this senior is very broad-minded. Besides, this is a meaningless battle. If the venerables of both sides don't fight, and if the venerables don't die, then it's a meaningless war of attrition. Night Sorrow said. Then we'll just wait for the news. Damn it, Night Sorrow, if you didn't come, why would they care about my life or death? I won't be polite with you. Come, bring me wine. Lei Bao shouted outside. Lei Bao and Lei Zheng, despite their injuries, drank with Night Sorrow. After drinking 2 jars of wine, they left. They didn't dare to drink too much because they weren't sure if the battle would stop tomorrow. After Lei Bao and Lei Zheng left, Night Sorrow, Sikong Chuyu, and Yang Lei chatted. This time, there are gains and losses. Even if we offend Holy Light Temple, then so be it. Yang Lei said. I don't think so. That senior didn't mind, I can see that. That Holy Son Ho Jian also said that although we're usually opponents, if I go to Holy Light Temple, he would welcome me as a friend. It can be seen that he's not a narrow-minded person. Night Sorrow said. Then there's no problem. Breadth of mind determines one's achievements. If he's narrow-minded, then he wouldn't have reached his current height. The same goes for character. What kind of character would comprehend energy exertion techniques that are close to the character's concept? That guy's strength is a rebound, which shows that his character is soft and tough. Sikong Chuyu said. You're right. Lei Bao and Lei Zheng's energy exertion techniques are explosive. Night Sorrow pondered for a moment and said. Actually, your energy exertion techniques are very close to your character. Let's not talk about this. Tomorrow, you don't have to fight, so we can feel more at ease. Yang Lei only cared about Night Sorrow's safety. She didn't care about anything else. After resting for a night, Night Sorrow tidied up and left the tent. He found that the camp was really quiet today. There were disciples of Thunder Sect patrolling back and forth, but he didn't see any intention to fight. While Night Sorrow was thinking, Lei Bao came over. The higher-ups have given the order that we won't fight today. It seems that the senior has come to an agreement. Night Sorrow said. Although I'm not afraid of fighting, it's best if we don't fight. I really don't want to see my brother who's drinking today become a cold corpse tomorrow. Lei Bao said with some emotion. The battle has stopped, but in the end, we still have to wait for the order from the sect headquarters. The elders have already gone to ask for instructions, and the Holy Light Temple has no intention of fighting today. Lei Zheng said. I reckon that they won't be able to fight. Regardless of whether it's the Holy Light Temple or the Thunder Rumbling School, they have to give face to that senior. Although he comes from the Holy Light Temple, he does things fairly. The thunder rumbling school should be able to feel that your sect elders will make a suitable decision. Yishan said. If the battle stops, you can come to our Thunder Mountain as guests. We brothers will definitely treat you well. The conditions on the battlefield are too bad. Lei Bao said. I still have other things to do. I plan to go to Dongxian City. If I have time, I will go to Thunder Mountain. Night Sorrow said. That won't do. This time, you must go to Thunder Mountain. It's the same to go to Dongxian City from there. Lei Zheng said. Isn't that a long detour? It's enough for me to see my two brothers. Night Sorrow came to Thunder Sect to see Lei Bao and Lei Ming. Now that he had achieved his goal, there was no point in going to Thunder Mountain. Chapter 324. Genius remembers love in 1 second/small. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. What do you want to do? Yang Lei stared at Lei Bao and said. Ninth senior sister, I'm sorry. Just pretend I didn't say anything. Night Sorrow, even if we have to tie you up, we will bring you to Thunder Mountain, so don't resist. Lei Bao explained to Yang Lei, then looked at Night Sorrow and said. Ninth senior sister, Chuyu, what do you think? Night Sorrow looked at Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu and asked. 13. Don't tell me you're interested in the beauties of Thunder Rolling Mountain? Yang Lei glanced at Yishang and asked. Ninth senior sister, you and Chuyu are both by my side, how would I dare? Night Sorrow explained with a smile. So you mean, if ninth senior sister and I are not by your side, you dare? Without waiting for Yang Lei to speak, Sikong Chuyu opened his mouth. You wronged me. Am I that kind of person? Night Sorrow helplessly said. You are. Yang Lei said. Not only Yang Lei said so, Lei Bao and Lei Zheng also pointed at Night Sorrow inhumanely, joining Yang Lei's camp. You two are too inhumane. Knowing you two is not a good thing. Night Sorrow looked at Lei Bao and Lei Zheng with contempt. Well, there's no need to fight. Call people to get some prey and roast it. Lei Zheng finished his words and went out to arrange. 13. Did you see that? The atmosphere of Thunder Mountain Sect is similar to that of Taishan Peak. Yang Lei looked at Night Sorrow and said. Yes, very relaxed, very casual feeling. Night Sorrow said. For the next 2 days, there was no battle. On the third day, Thunder Mountain Sect issued the order to retreat. When Thunder Rumbling School retreated, the people of Holy Light Religion also retreated. When the Holy Light Religion withdrew, the black-clothed Ho Jian appeared in the canyon. He cupped his hands toward the Thunder Rumbling School camp, then turned around and left. Night Sorrow knew that this was Ho Jian's greeting. However, Night Sorrow didn't say anything. There were some things that needed to be done. Without continuing to reject Lei Bao and Lei Zheng's good intentions, Night Sorrow followed Lei Bao and Lei Zheng towards Thunder Rolling Mountain. Night Sorrow, when we reach Thunder Mountain, you can try to challenge the Thunder Tower, Lei Bao said as they set up camp. Since you mentioned it last time, I wanted to ask. What is the Thunder Tower? Night Sorrow asked. You can say that here, but if you say it elsewhere in the Thunder Rumbling Sect, you'll definitely be caught as a spy. The Thunder Rumbling Tower is the symbol of the Thunder Rumbling Sect, and it's also the core of our sect's protective formation. Love Go Little Say Lei Bao introduced it to Night Sorrow. Seeing that Night Sorrow still didn't understand it, Lei Jing explained it to Night Sorrow in detail. The Thunder Rumbling Tower was the Thunder Rumbling Sect's spiritual treasure. It had existed since the founding of the sect. Just like the 8-dragon cauldron in the Medicine Valley, it couldn't be moved. However, the Thunder Rumbling Tower was more domineering than the 8-dragon cauldron. Its defensive power was extremely strong. Even venerated realm experts couldn't damage it. The Thunder Rumbling Tower was located in front of the Thunder Rumbling Mountain. It was located at the north of Thunder Rumbling City. It was a sacred place of the Thunder Rumbling Sect. Not only was the Thunder Rumbling Tower the core of the sect's protective formation, but it also had a special function. Just like the 8-dragon cauldron, it could temper cultivators. There were 70 floors in the thunder rumbling tower. Every 10 floors corresponded to the chi refinement realm, essence gathering realm, core condensation realm, spirit severing realm, void inquiry stage, clear heaven realm, and sage realm. The spiritual chi in the tower was rich. Not only could it increase one's cultivation base rapidly, but it could also help one comprehend the technique of exerting energy. Lei Zhang's explosive force and extreme force were both comprehended with the help of the thunder rumbling tower. This is not bad. However, we are not members of the thunder rumbling sect. Is it appropriate for us to challenge the tower? Night Sorrow asked. Love go little say W. Chu, you don't have to worry about that. I will handle it. Lei Bao said with a smile. In the following days, when they were camping, Night Sorrow would often spar with Lei Bao and Lei Zhang to improve their combat strength. Their main purpose was to study the technique of exerting energy. Lei Bao and Lei Zhang were also battle maniacs. Every time they were tortured by Night Sorrow, they would be exhausted. However, after they recovered, they still wanted to fight. Night Sorrow's vibration force and wave force were good training for them. They traveled during the day and rested at night. After half a month, they finally arrived at the headquarters of the Thunder Rumbling Sect, the Thunder Rumbling Mountain. The structure of the Thunder Rumbling Sect was different from that of the Medicine Valley. The headquarters of the Medicine Valley was still quite a distance away from the Pill Tripod City. However, the Thunder Rumbling Sect was not. The Thunder Rumbling Sect was built with the Thunder Rumbling Mountain at its back. The Thunder Rumbling City was just outside the mountain gate. In other words, the northern gate of the Thunder Rumbling Sect was the entrance of the Thunder Rumbling Sect. After entering the Thunder Rumbling City, the group continued to fly. However, the disciples of the Thunder Rumbling Sect surrounded Night Sorrow, who was riding on the Tianyu, On Lei, and Sikong Chuyu, who were riding on the Fire Phoenix. Night Sorrow, when you are alone, do not use flying demonic beasts in the Thunder Rumbling Sect. In the Thunder Rumbling Sect, only the Thunder Rumbling Sect's exclusive mount, the Thunderbirds, can fly. The others are all under attack. Lei Bao reminded Night Sorrow. Understood. You are all Thunderbirds. This is very convenient. Night Sorrow said. That's right. Our Thunder Rumbling Sect is the birthplace of Thunderbirds. The sect has domesticated many Thunderbirds. Due to domestication, their talents and potential are not good. Most of them can only grow to the peak of the 2nd rank. It is very rare for them to reach the 3rd rank. If you want a higher talent, you have to go to the Thunder Rumbling Mountain and tame wild Thunderbirds. Wild Thunderbirds have high talent. 3rd rank is the foundation. They can reach the 4th rank or even higher. Lei Bao said. Then you and Lei Zhang's Thunderbirds must have been tamed by yourselves. I remember Lei Zhang's face was full of pain at that time. Night Sorrow said with a smile. Haha. Our Thunderbirds were an accident. At that time, we had just reached the 3rd rank. Because we didn't want to use mounts with no potential, we went to the Thunder Rumbling Mountain to look for wild Thunderbirds. We were lucky and found 2 young Thunderbirds. We brought them back. We didn't expect the consequences to be so serious. Lei Bao said. Don't mention it. Yi Shan, you don't know, but after that, a Thunderbird commander appeared. It was a peak tier 4 Thunderbird commander. The 2 of us chased it down. Fortunately, the Sex Elders appeared in time to repel the Thunderbird commander. Otherwise, the 2 of us would have been dead. Lei Zhang's face was still filled with fear. Night Sorrow, your mount is very handsome. What breed is it? Lei Bao asked. It is a mutated beast. It has the bloodline of the ancient Azure Pang and Black One. Lei Bao, I will go back first. You must take good care of the guests. The 3 of them are the honorable guests of our Thunder Rumbling Sect. Lei Jun, who was at the front of the group, rode his Thunderbird to the front of Lei Bao and the others. Uncle Lei Jun, don't worry. Today, we will bring them for a feast. Tomorrow, we will take them for a walk around the sect. Lei Bao said. Lei Jun nodded and left first. He had many things to deal with. The thunder rumbling sect's disciples were ordered to retreat through special means. Now, he had to report back and understand what was going on. When they arrived at Thunder Rumbling City, Lei Bao arranged for Night Sorrow and the others to stay at the best inn. Then, he brought them to the best restaurant and prepared a table full of dishes. Chapter 325. Genius 1 second. Remember love / little. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. The banquet was sumptuous, but Night Sorrow only took a small sip of wine before putting it down. First time. Night Sorrow took out his wine. Do you guys want to drink this? What's wrong? Are you not used to ancient fragrant wine? Lei Bao looked at Night Sorrow and asked. I'm not used to it. I'll drink my own. Night Sorrow took out the green blood wine and poured it for Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu. Don't be so careless. If there's good wine, let's drink together. Lei Bao took the wine jar from Night Sorrow's hand and poured it for himself and Lei Zheng. After taking a sip, Lei Bao smacked his lips. Indeed, this wine is strong enough and tastes good. It's better than ancient fragrant wine. It's not about the wine. I can drink all the wine you guys had a few days ago. It's just that there's something wrong with this wine. I really want to drink it, but when I smell it, I feel like my blood is rushing and I'm about to explode, Night Sorrow said. No, I'm fine with it. Try it again. Yang Lei looked at Night Sorrow in surprise. Then, she poured another cup for Night Sorrow. Looking at Yang Lei, Night Sorrow hesitated for a moment. Then, he picked up the bowl and drank the ancient fragrant wine. As soon as he drank it, Night Sorrow had a reaction. His face turned red. Then, the blood in his body surged and his true chi surged. Love go little say W. Chu. Night Sorrow tried his best to calm his chi and blood. After half a cup of tea's time, Night Sorrow returned to normal. Are you okay? Yang Lei, who had been nervous, asked worriedly when she saw that Night Sorrow had calmed down. I'm fine. This wine is very strange. However, you guys saw what happened just now. I couldn't suppress my blood energy at all. Right now, I feel like I'm in the middle of an intense battle, Night Sorrow said. Night Sorrow, there's something wrong with your body. Last time, it was the same after you got angry. This time, it's the same. Fortunately, there aren't any side effects. In addition, your true energy was extremely violent just now. It's at least at the 7th level of the spirit severing stage. Sikong Chuyu said. When she told Night Sorrow about the Night Moon Empire in Bamboo Garden Town, Night Sorrow had the same reaction. Then I'll prepare some of this ancient fragrant wine. When you encounter a strong enemy, you can drink a mouthful. That way, your combat power will increase a little, Night Sorrow said. Relying on external objects is not the way to go. See if you can control it. If you want to activate it, activate it. If you want to retract it, retract it. Sikong Chuyu was sure that Night Sorrow had a special bloodline. Next, Yi Shang drank the wine he brought. Everyone enjoyed the meal to their heart's content. Then, Lei Bao asked the shop owner to prepare a few dishes and pack them up. Lei Zheng arranged for Night Sorrow and the others. I'll go back first. I'll come back tomorrow morning. Lei Bao left on the Thunderbird with the food prepared by the restaurant. This guy is still very homesick, Yang Lei said. Brother Bao is famous for being a filial son in our Thunder Rumbling sect. His father, my uncle, went on a business trip when he was young and passed away early. It was Auntie who brought him up. It hasn't been easy all these years, so Brother Bao is especially filial, Lei Zheng said. Filial people are worthy of respect. Yang Lei nodded. Lei Zheng sent Night Sorrow and the others to the inn before leaving. He also wanted to go home. In the room of the inn, Night Sorrow looked at the ancient fragrant wine. Then, he opened it and took a sniff. There's something in here that can stimulate me. When I smell it, I feel like I'm going to explode. You have to find the location of the hidden energy in your body. In other words, there must be an energy point in your body that hides the bloodline talent. As long as you find it, you can activate it. Love go little say W, Chusikong Chuyu said. Then I'll give it a try. Night Sorrow nodded. After sitting down, he began to check his body. After circulating his vital energy and the myriad Tao Tome's energy twice, Night Sorrow still didn't find anything. Then, Night Sorrow opened the ancient fragrant wine and took a sniff. Then, he continued to search for the energy point that Sikong Chuyu mentioned. Just as his blood was about to surge, Night Sorrow found a problem. There was energy bursting out from the part of his dragon bone that was close to his internal organs. That was a place that he usually didn't notice. I found it. It's under my dragon bone. There's energy bursting out there, Night Sorrow said. Then see if you can activate the energy. If you can activate the energy point on your own, the problem will be solved, Sikong Chuyu said. Night Sorrow nodded. He closed his eyes and continued to meditate. He controlled his vital energy and rushed it to the position under his dragon bone. As Night Sorrow's vital energy collided, a burst of energy suddenly burst out from the energy point and mixed with Night Sorrow's vital energy. Then, Night Sorrow's aura increased. His cultivation increased by about 1 level. Next, Night Sorrow circulated his vital energy and sent the energy back to the energy point under his dragon bone. Night Sorrow felt that it was a special meridian. After finishing his cultivation, Night Sorrow stood up. I found that it's still very big. I can control it. That's not right. Try again. The energy bursting out when you eat is much stronger than before, Sikong Chuyu said again. Yang Lei also nodded. Smelling the ancient fragrant wine, Night Sorrow continued to search for energy points. Then, he found another 6 energy points. However, no matter how Night Sorrow activated his vital energy, it was useless. He couldn't activate the other 6 energy points. Night Sorrow, let nature take its course. This is your talent. It can't run away. Forcefully activating it will harm your body. Sikong Chuyu stopped Night Sorrow, who wanted to continue his research. It seems that my body really does have a secret. Those are 7 meridians. Currently, I can only activate one of them, Night Sorrow said. 1 meridian can raise your cultivation by 1 level. That's too scary. So, there must be a limit to activating all 7. Take it slow. Also, there should be a matching skill for activating the bloodline talent, Yang Lei said to Night Sorrow. I feel like the 7 meridians are like a picture. Night Sorrow was very happy. Although he only activated 1, the effect was obvious. I'm going to rest. We still have to go to the Thunder Rumbling sect tomorrow. Yang Lei smiled and left the room. After Yang Lei left, Night Sorrow hugged Sikong Chuyu. Don't leave tonight, okay? Sikong Chuyu blushed as she nodded her head slightly. After a sleepless night, Night Sorrow woke up in the morning and was full of energy. Sikong Chuyu was the same. Her cheeks had a faint blush, which made her look very feminine. After the two finished washing up, Yang Lei knocked on the door and came in. Not bad, not bad. But the 2 of you were a little too loud. I couldn't sleep the whole night in the next room, Yang Lei said with a smile. 9th senior sister, how can you be like this? You even eavesdropped. Sikong Chuyu said anxiously. She knew that she was really loud last night. Haha. I wasn't eavesdropping. I was meditating and naturally heard it. Don't worry. No one else can hear it. Yang Lei sat down and said. I don't care. Tonight, the 2 of you must be together. Sikong Chuyu held Yang Lei's hand and said. Why? Speaking of this, Yang Lei was embarrassed. Chapter 326. Geniuses remember love in 1 second? We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Chuyu, 13 has led you astray, Yang Lei said. What are you talking about? Night Sorrow was speechless. Just as the three of them were laughing, Lei Bao and Lei Jing arrived. You guys are early, Night Sorrow greeted them. Not bad. I was scolded yesterday, Lei Bao said, rubbing his head. Who scolded you? You probably did something wrong, right? Night Sorrow said with a smile. I was scolded twice. The first time was by my mother. After finding out that you saved me and came to Thunder City, she scolded me because I didn't bring you back. The other time, I was scolded by the enforcement elder for not being a good host, Lei Bao said. Brother Bao, you went to see the enforcement elder? Lei Jing asked. The enforcement elder has agreed to allow Night Sorrow and the other two to enter the Thunder Tower, Lei Bao said. That's good. Lei Jing nodded. Originally, Lei Jing had planned to go see the elder guarding the Thunder Tower today and communicate with him to allow Night Sorrow and the other two to enter the tower. However, now that Lei Bao had been dealt with, there was no need for him to go. The enforcement elder wants to see you guys. Night Sorrow, are you okay with that? Lei Bao asked. Greeting the elders is a must. Ninth senior sister, Sikong Chuyu, do you guys have any questions? Night Sorrow asked for Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu's opinion. I'm fine with it. Greeting them is a must. Yang Lei nodded. Of course, I'll accompany you. We'll meet whoever you want. Sikong Chuyu now listened to Night Sorrow. They rode their flying Yao beasts and flew towards Thunder Rumbling Sect. Lei Bao and Lei Jing rode their Thunderbirds, protecting Night Sorrow and the other two from the front and back, preventing them from being attacked by the guards of Thunder City. In a cypress forest at the side of the main peak of the Thunder Rumbling Sect, the few of them met the enforcement elder of the Thunder Rumbling Sect, Lei Jiuyun. Junior Night Sorrow greets Senior. Seeing Lei Jiuyun, Night Sorrow, Lei Bao, and Lei Jing bowed respectfully. Sikong Chuyu bowed slightly. This was considered a junior's greeting, mainly because Night Sorrow bowed. Yang Lei from Medicine Valley, nice to meet you. Yang Lei cupped her hands at Lei Jiuyun. She was an elder of the Medicine Valley, so she couldn't greet an elder of the Thunder Rumbling clan as a junior. Elder, they are Night Sorrow's fiancés. This is Sikong Chuyu, and this is Medicine Valley's elder Yang Lei. Lei Bao introduced. He already knew the relationship between Night Sorrow and the other two. Excuse me, everyone, please take a seat. Lei Jiuyun cupped his hands at Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu. Yang Lei's status as an elder of the Medicine Valley was not something Lei Jiuyun could ignore. Furthermore, Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu's cultivation were there for all to see. Night Sorrow, not bad. Reaching the mid-4th order at such a young age, thank you for saving Lei Bao and the disciples of Thunder Rumbling Sect. Lei Jiuyun said as he sat down. Senior is too polite. Lei Bao, Lei Jing, and I are friends, this is nothing. Night Sorrow said. You're all young people, it's good to be friends. Lei Bao and Lei Jing are straightforward people, if there's anything inappropriate, please don't mind. Lei Jiuyun looked at Lei Bao and Lei Jing, his eyes full of praise. These two disciples were outstanding disciples of Thunder Rumbling Sect, and he had always been very satisfied with them. Senior is too serious. Since we're friends, why would I mind? Night Sorrow said, shaking his head. Elder Yang, this king is aware of what happened this time. Because of your appearance and Yi Shang's intervention, the Thunder Rumbling clan's losses were greatly reduced. If the Medicine Valley encounters any difficulties in the future, just send a message and the Thunder Rumbling clan will definitely help. Lei Jiuyun expressed the Thunder Rumbling clan's attitude. Yang Lei and Night Sorrow expressed their gratitude. Putting aside whether Medicine Valley would face any trouble in the future, whether Thunder Rumbling Sect would help or not, first of all, this was their attitude. As the Thunder Rumbling Sect's law enforcement elder, Lei Jiuyun's words carried weight. After chatting for a while, Night Sorrow and the others stood up to leave. Original first release %, Lei Bao, this is my token. Bring our esteemed guest around. Lei Jiuyun threw his token to Lei Bao. After expressing their gratitude, Night Sorrow, Lei Bao, and Lei Zheng left. At Lei Jiuyun's place of cultivation. Let's walk around the sect for now. We'll go to Thunder Rumbling Tower tomorrow. Lei Bao said. Lei Bao, bring us to see Auntie first. Night Sorrow said. Sure, my mother also wants to see you. Lei Bao said with a smile. Sitting on a flying beast, they quickly arrived at Lei Bao's home, which was a relatively remote bamboo forest. In the bamboo forest, there was a simple bamboo house. This was Lei Bao's home. In the courtyard, a beautiful middle-aged woman was trimming the flowers and plants. Mother, my son's friend is here to see you. Lei Bao ran over, took the large scissors from the middle-aged woman's hand, and began to cultivate the flowers and plants. Why didn't you say anything in advance? Mother didn't prepare anything here. The middle-aged woman, who was Lei Bao's mother, greeted Night Sorrow and the others with a smile. Sorry to disturb Auntie. Night Sorrow bowed. He realized that he couldn't see through Lei Bao's mother's cultivation. Don't be so courteous. Let's have lunch here. Auntie will make something to eat. Don't mind. Lei Bao's mother said with a smile. Hee, we'll have good food to eat again. Lei Zheng said with a smile. You little rascal, stop eating at Auntie's place. Lei Bao's mother scolded Lei Zheng with a smile, and went to make something to eat. Lei Bao wanted to help, but was chased back by his mother. In the end, Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu went to help. Night Sorrow was thinking about what gift to give. In the end, he decided to give a few drops of Origin spiritual liquid. Night Sorrow found a reason to leave. He went to a place where there was no one and poured 5 drops of Origin spiritual liquid into a jade bottle. It wasn't that Night Sorrow was stingy, but this thing couldn't be given too much. If he gave a bottle, what would others think? During the meal, Lei Bao's mother asked Night Sorrow and the others if they liked the food. She was very kind and easygoing. Bao, you're a bit older than Night Sorrow. Night Sorrow already has a female companion. You should hurry up. Lei Bao's mother said to Lei Bao. Mother, I'll definitely work hard. Lei Bao said with a smile. After the meal, they rested for a while. Lei Bao's mother let Lei Bao bring Night Sorrow and the others to walk around. Night Sorrow took out the gift he had prepared. Auntie, we came in a hurry and didn't prepare anything. This gift is the 3 of us. You don't have to be so polite. Quickly take it. You and Bao, are friends, so you should come here often. Lei Bao's mother shook her head and refused. Mother, just take it. Night Sorrow and I are friends, so there's no need to be polite. Lei Bao said with a smile. You child, all right. Bring them here when you have time. Lei Bao's mother hesitated for a moment before taking the gift. Afterwards, they went to visit Lei Zheng's parents. Night Sorrow gave the pure heart stone that Lei Zheng lost to him as a gift to Lei Zheng's mother. This made Lei Zheng speechless. In the evening, Lei Bao and Lei Zheng sent Night Sorrow and the others back to the inn. The main reason was that Night Sorrow and the others didn't want to rest in the Thunder Clan. Chapter 327. Genius 1 second. Remember love go/little. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Mother. Lei Bao went over and poured a cup of tea for his mother. Have you sent your friends to rest? Lei Bao's mother waved her hand and signaled Lei Bao to sit down. Yes, tomorrow I will take them to Thunder Tower. Lei Bao sat down and said. You must receive them well. Night Sorrow's personality is straightforward, he is a good friend. Moreover, he is not simple. Lei Bao's mother said. Mother, I don't understand what you are saying. Lei Bao shook his head. He did not understand why his mother said that, but he knew that his mother must have her reasons. His mother was one of the elders of Thunder's sect, but she never asked about the sect's matters. 4th level spirit severing stage cultivation. He has the ability to withstand the peak of spirit severing stage. This proves that his combat ability is strong, and he also has unknown abilities. The most important point is that he has luck on his body. Those who are close to him will have certain benefits. Lei Bao's mother said. Son and he became friends not because of these, but because we hit it off. He is a good friend, not mixed with other things. Lei Bao said in a low voice. Well, mother doesn't have any other meaning, I am just casually telling you. Today, he gave mother a very heavy gift, really heavy. As long as they are in Thunder's sect, you must receive them well. If you have time, bring them over. Mother likes them very much. Lei Bao's mother said with a smile. Night Sorrow and the other two returned to the inn and chatted while drinking tea. Thunder Rumbling School is indeed a place of hidden dragons and crouching tigers. Today, we have been playing for a whole day and have met many people whose cultivation base cannot be seen through. With such strength, they still let their disciples fight against the Holy Light religion. This method of training their disciples is really ruthless. Yang Lei said. I can't see Lei Bao's mother's cultivation. Night Sorrow said. Don't say you can't see, I can't see either. She is also a ruthless person. How much spiritual liquid did you give her? Sikong Chuyu said. 5 drops. Too little is stingy, too much is not appropriate. Night Sorrow said. Oh free C. Cost X4 looks small, say, well, you handled it well. Yang Lei nodded. I don't know what's going on with the Thunder Tower. I'll go take a look tomorrow. There is a Xiantian Tower in the Qingtian region. It is said that the Xiantian Tower can transform a person's soul. My family has been there before, but they didn't feel anything. Love go little say W Chusikong Chuyu said. Improve the soul? What do you mean? Night Sorrow asked, puzzled. You haven't reached the 5th stage, so it's normal that you don't know this. After reaching the 5th stage, one can reach the peak of true qi and cultivate spiritual sense, which is the power of the soul. The power of the soul is the key to entering the venerable realm. Only with a strong power of the soul can one better comprehend the power of heaven and earth and enter the unity of heaven and man. Yang Lei explained to Night Sorrow. This is also the reason why there are so many 5th order cultivators on the continent, but not many venerables. The strength of one's soul force is a result of one's innate talent. In other words, it's innate talent. It's very difficult to cultivate after birth. There are almost no cultivation techniques for cultivating soul force. There are also very few treasures that can strengthen the soul. Sikong Chuyu explained. That is to say, no matter how strong one's true qi cultivation talent is, it is useless for entering the venerable realm. If the power of the soul is not strong, one will never be able to enter the venerable realm? Night Sorrow said. Yes. The cultivation of the power of the soul can only begin after reaching the 5th stage and opening the deity sea. The cultivation method is passed down orally from generation to generation. Every venerable has a different understanding of the power of the soul. Sikong Chuyu nodded. I understand. I am still very far from the 5th stage. Night Sorrow said. Night Sorrow didn't say anything. The myriad Dao Tome strengthened the skull at the 9th level of the bone forging realm. Once one entered the consolidation realm, one would be able to open the deity sea. Night Sorrow hadn't read the consolidation realm of the myriad Dao Tome in detail, but he knew a little about it. Okay, I will go to the room next door to rest today. Sikong Chuyu smiled and left, not giving Yang Lei a chance to refute. 9th senior sister, are you tired? Rest early. Night Sorrow looked at Yang Lei, who was clenching her jade-like hands and clearly nervous. I'm fine. How about you? Are you tired? Yang Lei looked at Night Sorrow and asked. I'm not tired. I'm just a little emotional. As one of the 7 superpowers, the thunder rumbling sect is indeed too powerful. We saw so many stage 4 cultivators while strolling around. There were also quite a few stage 5 cultivators. This is something that the Medicine Valley can't compare to, Yishan said. This is their foundation. The thunder rumbling sect's territory is larger than the Golden Flame sect's. It is dozens of times larger than the Medicine Valley's territory. How many disciples do they recruit every year? With many disciples, there is a higher chance of geniuses appearing. Medicine Valley needs time to settle down and develop. Yang Lei said. I understand. Fighting for territory is very important. Night Sorrow thought for a moment and said. Of course it is. Although there are many disciples, which means that we need a lot of resources, the same number of disciples doing missions will also bring back resources. This is a cycle, and it is the only way to rise. Yang Lei nodded. I understand. Night Sorrow said. The other way to rise is the appearance of a heaven-defying character. Even if a small sect has an invincible character, the sect will become a top force. Who dares to provoke them? If they provoke them, they will be destroyed. It is difficult to not rise. Just like the Holy Light sect now. Someone is in the top management of Tianji Tower, so the thunder rumbling sect has to give face. Of course, this person is very fair. Yang Lei said. Let's not talk about this. Tomorrow, I have to ask someone to carve a jade pendant. Night Sorrow said. Why do you want to carve a jade pendant? Yang Lei asked, puzzled. The other day, when I met the senior in Tianji Tower, I told him about my background. He asked me if I had a token to show him. You know, I gave the jade pendant to Sikong. I plan to find someone to carve one according to the design. It will be much more convenient. Night Sorrow said his idea. That's a good idea. The pattern and design can be imitated. The only thing missing is the material. Yang Lei nodded. The seniors of the Empyrean Apex Tower are all experienced and knowledgeable people. Even if one person can't recognize it, the others can. Yishang had high expectations for this trip to Dongxian City. That's a good idea. Fallen leaves return to their roots. You have to find your family. Yang Lei nodded. She knew that this matter meant a lot to Night Sorrow. Ninth senior sister, if you are tired, you can rest. I will meditate and cultivate. I still have a treasure here. I forgot to use it. Night Sorrow took out the mysterious ice jade that Wu Lingfei gave him. The mysterious ice jade and the tranquil heart stone had the same effect. They were both treasures that could calm the mind and concentrate. Looking at the mysterious ice jade that Night Sorrow took out, Yang Lei was shocked. This is a good treasure to assist in cultivation. Later on, you can use it to meditate. Does ninth senior sister need it? Ninth senior sister, you can take it. Night Sorrow said. No need. You take it. We are going to rest. Yang Lei whispered. Night Sorrow nodded, took off his robe and hung it up. Chapter 328. Genius remembers love in 1 second/small. We provide you with wonderful novels to read. Night Sorrow sat by the bed and looked at Yang Lei. The shy Yang Lei with her blushing face was particularly moving. Look at the original version of the book. Ninth senior sister, you're so beautiful, Night Sorrow said softly. You also know how to coax people. Yang Lei leaned on Night Sorrow and muttered softly. I'm not coaxing people, I'm telling the truth, Night Sorrow said as he hugged Yang Lei. Humph. You said the same to Chuyu, right? Yang Lei looked up at Night Sorrow. Yes, I said it before. Of course, it's also the truth, there's no falsehood, Night Sorrow said as he nodded. You're quite honest, Yang Lei said as she hugged Night Sorrow's waist. Ninth senior sister, let's rest. Night Sorrow hugged Yang Lei's delicate body and had some reaction. Okay, I'll turn off the lights. Yang Lei got up and turned off the lights, then returned to the bed and returned to Night Sorrow's embrace. After kissing Yang Lei, Night Sorrow reached out to untie Yang Lei's tight underwear. I'll do it myself, Yang Lei said softly when she felt Night Sorrow failed to untie her underwear several times. Ninth senior sister, I'm suddenly a little nervous, Night Sorrow said. Why are you nervous? Aren't these the things you men look forward to the most? Yang Lei said as she took off her clothes. Rustling sounds could be heard as Yang Lei lifted the blanket. After getting under the blanket, she reached out and grabbed Yi Shang's hand. Yi Shang also got under the blanket. Once he was under the blanket, Yi Shang could feel Yang Lei's smooth and delicate body. 13. Take me. Only then can we be a real family, Yang Lei said softly. Night Sorrow hugged Yang Lei tightly. With just a simple sentence, he could feel Yang Lei's deep affection. After hugging for a while, Night Sorrow put Yang Lei on the bed, then separated Yang Lei's straight and strong legs. And, be gentler, Yang Lei softly moaned and the two became one. Di Shen was in a state of tranquility. His heartstrings were all gone. After a long time, Yang Lei hugged Night Sorrow. Naughty guy, you're too much, I'm about to fall apart. Yi Shang didn't say anything. He just quietly hugged Yang Lei, who had already become his woman. They slept in each other's arms until dawn, when the two of them got up to wash up. At this time, Sikong Chuyu also came over. Congratulations, ninth senior sister. I'm a little better than you. Last night, I couldn't calm down in the middle of the night. Fortunately, you didn't make a fuss in the second half of the night. Baidu search love go xiao say www.aichux.com. They've all changed. 13 has turned bad, and so have you, Chuyu. Yang Lei, who had finished combing her hair, glanced at Sikong Chuyu and said, Haha. This was normal. Could it be that they were going to maintain the stuffy situation from before? Is it convenient for ninth senior sister to go out today? How about we go to Thunder Roll Tower tomorrow? Sikong Chuyu asked. She was worried that it might be inconvenient for Yang Lei, who had just experienced her first time, to travel. I'm fine. I've rested for half the night and have recovered. Yang Lei said. Her body was relatively strong, and her recovery ability was also strong. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to cultivate the heaven-covering hand. While the three of them were chatting, Lei Bao and Lei Jing came. How was your rest? Let's go out for a walk. Very good. The environment here is good. Night Sorrow nodded. Then they left the inn. They didn't ride on flying demon beasts, but walked in the city. Brother Lei Bao, where is the jade carving master? Night Sorrow asked. Golden Hall. It's not far ahead. It's the best jewelry store in Thunder Roll City. Let's go and have a look. Are you going to buy jewelry for sister-in-law? Lei Bao asked with a smile. Ninth senior sister, Chiyu, I'm sorry. I didn't buy you any jewelry. I have other things to do today, so I went to the jewelry store. After listening to Lei Bao's words, Night Sorrow said apologetically. You don't have to apologize. Lei Jing said, giving Night Sorrow a way out. When they arrived at Golden Hall, Night Sorrow found the shopkeeper and asked to see the carving master in the store. The shopkeeper looked at them, especially Lei Bao's and Lei Zheng's clothes, and then went to invite the master. Night Sorrow and the others strolled in the store, but they didn't find any jewelry that Sikong Chuyu and Yang Lei liked. Their hairpins and earrings were simple. Soon, a gray-haired old man accompanied by the shopkeeper came out. Are you here to order jewelry? The old man looked at Night Sorrow and the others and asked. Greetings, Grand Master. It's like this. I want to imitate a jade pendant. Is it possible? Yi Shang reached out and took the jade pendant from Sikong Chuyu. On the way, Night Sorrow said his idea, and Sikong Chuyu agreed. Holding Yi Shang's jade pendant, the old man looked at it seriously. After looking at it for a while, the old man turned his head and looked at Yishang. This is an extremely rare blood thread jade. This old man has only seen it in ancient books. There's no need to talk about the words on the front of the jade pendant. Master, can you copy it for me? Night Sorrow asked. No. It's not that I can't carve it, but that I can't carve it. This kind of emblem is the symbol of a family. It's immoral for outsiders to copy it, and it's easy to be killed. The jade carving master shook his head. Master, please listen to me first before you decide if you want to help me or not. It's like this. Night Sorrow told him the whole story and also the reason why he was here to imitate it. After listening to Night Sorrow's explanation, the old man lowered his head and thought. Master, he is our Thunder Rumbling Sex VIP, please help him. Lei Bao said. Okay, I'll help you this time. The main reason is that you don't have any evil intentions. You don't want to copy someone else's emblem. Do you have the materials? The old man looked at Night Sorrow and asked. Night Sorrow took out a piece of mysterious ice jade that he had cut off yesterday and gave it to the old man. Mysterious ice jade. It's actually the extremely rare mysterious ice jade. Blood jade and mysterious ice jade are both precious treasures recorded in ancient books. Since I've helped you, I'll carve 2 pieces for you. Just wait. The old man glanced at Yang Lei and Sikong Chuyu who were standing beside Night Sorrow, then returned to the counter and began carving the jade pendant. After 4 hours, the old man carved 2 pieces of mysterious ice jade from Night Sorrow's mysterious ice jade. There was still some leftover materials. The old man's carving skills were superb, and he didn't waste any materials. Thank you, Master. How much do you want? Night Sorrow asked. Can you give me this leftover material? The old man asked. The leftover mysterious ice jade was very small. Night Sorrow's mysterious ice jade was supposed to be a single piece. After the old man carved 2 pieces, there wasn't much left. Of course. Master, how much do you want? Night Sorrow asked. No need. This leftover material is enough. The old man shook his head. However, Night Sorrow still left 2 gold notes as payment. Let's go to the Thunder Tower now. Night Sorrow, I'm currently going to the 46th floor. Let's see if you can surpass me. Lei Bao patted Night Sorrow's shoulder and said. Chapter 329. Genius 1 second remember love go/little. We provide you with interesting novels to read. Tell me more about the situation. Night Sorrow asked. He handed the original jade token to Sikong Chuyu and a newly carved jade token to Yang Lei. Alright, I'll tell you about our Thunder Rumbling Sect's most valuable treasure. Lei Bao said with pride. The Thunder Rumbling Tower was a top-grade spiritual artifact and had already produced an artifact spirit. Every floor of the tower corresponded to a corresponding cultivation level. The last floor after every 9 floors was a special area for safe recovery. It was also a cultivation area with extremely dense spiritual energy. This was the reward for passing the 9th level. That way, every 10 levels corresponded to a major stage. The Thunder Rumbling Tower was filled with energy. The test of every level was the attack of energy beasts and energy cultivators. Only by defeating them could one pass. After passing the level, one could absorb the energy to cultivate. This was also the reward for passing the level. Looks interesting. We can't have more than 1 person, right? Also, how does one defeat an energy attacker? Night Sorrow asked. Many people can pass the tower at the same time. Every floor of the Thunder Rumbling Tower has many small spaces. As for how to defeat an energy attacker, the Thunder Rumbling Tower's artifact spirit will judge. Lei Bao explained to Night Sorrow. The Thunder Rumbling Tower is really domineering. 9th senior sister, does our Sex 8 Dragon Cauldron have an artifact spirit? Night Sorrow asked. Of course. Without an artifact spirit, our Grand Elder Hua can control it. It's because the artifact spirit doesn't approve of it that Grand Elder Hua can only use a portion of the 8 Dragon Cauldron's abilities. Yang Lei nodded. As they chatted, they arrived at the Thunder Rumbling Tower. In front of the Thunder Rumbling Tower, there was a green-robed elder sitting cross-legged in a green pavilion. Lei Bao stepped forward and took out Lei Jiuyun's token and explained the situation of Night Sorrow and the others. You can enter now. The first 30 levels are free of spirit stones. However, after the 40th level, you will have to pay spirit stones. This is the rule of our Thunder Rumbling sect. The green-robed elder said and took out a few jade tokens. Thank you, Lord Elder. Lei Bao bowed and received the jade tokens. Then, he was about to pay the spirit stones. Brother Lei Bao, we'll do it ourselves. How do we pay the spirit stones? Night Sorrow couldn't let Lei Bao spend money. Below the 20th floor, each floor costs a low-grade spirit stone. From the 30th to the 40th floor, each floor costs a mid-grade spirit stone. From the 50th to the 60th floor, each floor costs a high-grade spirit stone. This time, you don't have to pay for floors below the 30th floor. In addition, you can stay in the tower for a maximum of 3 days. Lei Bao gave the jade tablets that the green-robed elder had given to Yishang and the others. Same. That's for you. Night Sorrow shook his head. Listen to me. I want the same thing as 9th senior sister. The mysterious ice jade has the effect of calming the mind. You won't miss it, right? Sikong Chuyu said to Night Sorrow while holding the blood thread jade token. Okay. Night Sorrow understood that Sikong Chuyu was thinking for him. He took the jade token and helped Sikong Chuyu tie the newly carved mysterious ice jade token to his waist. Lei Zheng, we need to work hard. Lei Bao said from the side. You're the one who needs to work hard. I have a goal. Lei Zheng said proudly. Okay. You're all ruthless. Lei Bao was speechless. Sikong Chuyu smiled at Night Sorrow and went to climb the tower. At this time, it was time for Yishang to pay the bill. Yishang calculated for a moment and took out 30 mid-grade spirit stones. Then, he took out 10 high-grade spirit stones and handed them to the old man. Okay. If there's more, I can return it to you. The old man said. By the way, you two don't stay idle. Let's go together. Night Sorrow took out 20 middle-grade spirit stones and gave them to the old man. Baidu search AI Go female sign Shao say www.aichuxs.com. You have a lot of money. We can't afford it. Lei Bao said. They usually do various tasks and can only earn a few middle-grade spirit stones. They can't take out so many middle-grade spirit stones like Night Sorrow, let alone upper-grade spirit stones. Okay. Let's go in. Those who came out first, wait a moment. Night Sorrow stood up and walked into the Thunder Tower. He was also anxious to see the magic of the Thunder Tower. =+ forever #free read square root novels % As he stepped through the door, Night Sorrow found himself in a gray, misty space. Night Sorrow just stood still and a demonic wolf rushed towards Night Sorrow. Night Sorrow stepped sideways and dodged. He then observed and found that it was an energy demonic wolf. The energy it contained was around level 1 chi refining. Night Sorrow waved his spear and pierced the demonic wolf's head. With Night Sorrow's spear, the demonic wolf dispersed and changed into a small ball of energy. Night Sorrow glanced at it and didn't absorb it. This bit of energy was meaningless to him. At this time, a staircase appeared in front of Night Sorrow. Night Sorrow carried the reincarnation spear and entered the second floor of the Thunder Tower. It was still an energy demonic beast, but its cultivation was at level 2 chi refining. After piercing through the demonic beast's head, Night Sorrow continued to advance. When he pierced through the demonic beast's head, a staircase appeared. Night Sorrow's speed was extremely fast as he continuously charged upwards. Lei Zheng, you go ahead. I won't go in for the time being. I'll go in next time. Otherwise, it would be impolite if we were still inside when he came out. Lei Bao said. Let's wait together. Lei Zheng nodded. Okay. Then I'll record this debt. Since the honored guest has arrived, you should properly receive him. This is courtesy. The green-robed old man was very satisfied with Lei Bao and Lei Zheng's attitude. There were 3 tablets on the table in front of the green-robed old man. These were the jade tablets that Night Sorrow and the other 2 carried. They could show the height of Night Sorrow and the others. At this moment, the 3 tablets were constantly flashing. Soon, Night Sorrow entered the 30th floor. The Night Sorrow, who didn't consume much energy, continued to charge forward. He didn't notice that the jade tablet that Lei Bao gave him was constantly glowing. Every time he advanced to a floor, it would light up. That young man's battle strength is very strong. It seems that every time he kills an energy demonic beast, he wouldn't have such speed. The green-robed old man said. Night Sorrow continued to advance. He was at the middle stage of level 4 spirit severing stage. If he needed to train, it would be after the 40th floor. Cultivating here was a complete waste of time. In the time it took to brew a cup of tea, Night Sorrow rushed to the 40th floor. The 40th floor didn't have any energy demonic beasts attacking it. It was a resting area and also an area with extremely dense energy. Many people who came to this area would consume a lot of energy. They would need to rest for a while before charging forward or cultivating here. Shaking his neck, Night Sorrow didn't stop here. He continued to advance because he didn't consume much energy. After entering the 41st floor, the energy demonic beast that appeared was no longer a demonic beast. Instead, it was a humanoid energy body. There was a halo on its body. It was a protective energy. The yellow halo showed that this opponent was of the earth attribute. Night Sorrow took a step forward and charged towards the humanoid energy demonic beast. The reincarnation spear was filled with vibration force. Bang! With a muffled sound, the humanoid energy demonic beast's right arm was shaken off. Night Sorrow's swift and fierce spear directly pierced through the head of the humanoid energy demonic beast. Then, not far from Night Sorrow, a staircase appeared again. You're tuning into the Dreamy Love Stories YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.